Good evening, Internet. I hope you're all doing well. I have just rearranged my room a bit, so can't see anything, can't find anything. But I managed to get my computer back together, and so far my computer's working. So result. Now at the end of the last stream, it was 2 weeks ago. Yes, it was. We had washed all our vehicles apart from that one, which is completely covered in mud. Hopefully it's moving along. This vehicle is like. I wonder which little buttons were. 3? 4. No, 2. No, 1. 4. That one. That one. Probably is a button for that. Escape. Growth. Harvested. Okay, so the next step is to I'm going to try anyway. I'm sure it'll be along in a moment. I'm just trying to get myself comfortable with things. So I'll rearrange my desk so I can touch the this. Now, I don't think I'm allowed to do this, but I'm going to try anyway. Yeah, this game runs at 60 mainly. No. Well, let's drive this over there, because hopefully Esmea will be here. Oh, look, there's Esmea. Hey, Esmea.
Hey, I need a moment. I need to put my equipment together.
That's what she said. Oh, okay. That's okay. I've just noticed a lot of our cars are very dirty, which is odd, because I haven't noticed them being dirty before, so I assume that means they need to be fixed.
You're very quiet again.
And possibly, so my computer is now on a different side of the room to yesterday. Let's check. Device properties. Oh, yes. Hello, Internet. How's that?
That's better.
Yeah. Yeah, for some reason my volume's at 0. And the worst thing is, 0 is not no volume, is it? It's just a bit less.
Yeah. A lot less.
Yeah, but not 0. How loud are you? 0. Well, I can still hear you. My room is rearranged. It's a bit more. It's interesting. I think I've been much more efficient with use. But I think I've given myself a bit less room at my desk. I haven't got a straight bit on my desk, which is fine. But my heavy equipment controller, I'm struggling to find enough room for it. So we'll see. If I hate it, then I have to rearrange my room again. Right, so that one's there to be cleaned and washed.
I need to do an IKEA run too.
Well, I got my stuff delivered from IKEA, but oh wow!
Oh,
so
I mean,
I was looking at buying. Now, what was it? I was looking at buying a £45 piece of furniture, which was 80 quid on Amazon, or I could buy it from IKEA with a 40 quid delivery. Like, wow! So in the end, I bought it from IKEA with 40 quid delivery, but a bunch of other stuff to make it not sting quite so much.
You spent more money to try and make the money seem
Well,
less money.
no, and there was other stuff I was kind of umming and ahhing about, but basically it meant that the delivery cost wasn't quite so painful as it was very painful.
I've been holding off on my order because it's just kind of, well, anything I buy, I either have to leave here or take with me overseas. And I really want to, it has to be something that I can either part with it or.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Right, growth. Oh, I think...
But at the same time, there's somebody that's going to be coming over here in a couple months, and it's like, well, that means now that I actually do have to buy a new couch. Oh, shit.
I really wish when it was listing the state of the farms, there was an indication saying this isn't yours. Oh, thank you for the subscription. $2.99. This is absolutely a stimulation. This is a great game. This is the ultimate in relaxing game. So, when Esme joins and she washes my cars, I'll be doing some harvesting. It's brilliant because I'm knackered. I have had such a day today rearranging my office for the first time in many years. But this game, I've got a spring-loaded steering wheel. I have cruise control. So at times you just line yourself up and you just don't do anything. You just watch the car drive itself along going, this is just so relaxing. Which is the opposite of some other games that we play, which are... What was that one we played? Heave Ho, which was great, but extremely stressful. Now.
That was good fun, but then we were holding on to the triggers for far too long. You want
Yes.
it to be toggles, I think. But then some things you don't want to be toggles. So
Yeah.
it's,
No, it was good.
You also want like a keyboard modifier to go between toggle mode and not toggle mode.
Yeah. No, it was good. Don't get me wrong. It was just stressful. Whereas this is the opposite of stressful. This is just calm, relaxing, driving my... Dora is being naughty.
Driving your Dora.
Calm,
Definitely.
relaxing, driving around, cutting stuff. Oh, buckeration. Thank you, WJG. Dora is fascinated by the new desk, and earlier she decided to start knocking stuff off. So I just looked at her. I didn't say anything. I just looked at her, and she panicked and smacked a bunch of stuff on the floor. Where do I wash stuff? Because it's not at the repair point.
You have to buy a pressure washer,
Oh, screw that shit.
and it costs $4,500.
I'm going to go and do some cutting. Oh. I was just trying to use the D-pad to steer the tractor. That's not going to work, is it? Yeah, Dora is... she's been helping me all the way through my office change. Every single time I did anything, she immediately had to get into the new spot and stare at it.
Whether you wanted it or not.
And go, right, yeah, that's all right. Yeah, that's good too. So yeah, we could do with another tractor. This tractor is now in way too much demand. Especially considering I have so expertly mowed all this grass. It's perfect. Definitely doesn't look like a brick meat. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Dora. I'll be back in a few minutes. Emmy. Don't give me that face, you stupid cat. Yeah, Dora broke. Can you just get me the blue handle silver lines? Dora, get off it! You're not helping. Yeah, this is totally fucked now. I had overloaded it. Oh. Try and stop it taking down anything more important. Yes, we can go around the front there. Stop like he's innocent.
Hi.
Guess I'm going to take this on its back.
Watch out, you're pulling off the thing behind it. Father, why are you changing my bed towel?
You broke it, Dora. You paid for it. Yeah, I'll see about hanging these in the door.
I don't think the hook's strong enough. Well, actually, the ones
I've got ideas.
the hook's downstairs in the toilet door where it was.
She leapt on it with speed.
Oh, Dora. There's any difference between static loaders and shock loaders. Oh, it's just a cat.
Is that everything? No, it's
Yeah, the rest is just resting there.
step back. And it's all so neat.
Alas. Cats.
Wow, it has broken. Oh well. Thank you for your quick service. I have returned, and as you may have heard, Dora has just been taught the difference between a static load and a shock load. Dora just jumped
She
on
broke
something. It's called a rigger. It's a IKEA thing, and it's supposed to be used for hanging clothes. And I've got cables and things on it, but Dora basically jumped on it from its side because normally it's leaning very gently against the wall. So she jumped on it from its side at full pelt, and it just sort of the metal just broke. So now I've just got stuff all over the floor. But it's okay. I will do it tomorrow. Yeah, we definitely should get another tractor. We are. This particular tractor is oversubscribed.
Well, there is a contract for 48,000, but it's potatoes.
Potatoes. What's
Boiler,
seed should I be
mushroom,
planting
chicken,
at the
stew.
moment?
So,
Oat, canola, soy. Yeah, which seed should I be doing right now?
the most dense one would probably, I would honestly go for barley.
And can we do chaff with that one or whatever it's called?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
21.
Do we want that? Because we, oh wait. Okay, yeah, we can. Yeah. Barley is, that's the most dense crop.
Is it a good
So
idea, or are you saying
prices-
is barley worth it?
Oh,
I'll get the stuff.
Well, on a slow time scale, it's not.
Barley worth it.
It fills up the trailer
I got the joke.
really fast.
Barley worth it. Because it's barley. It's kind of similar to the word barely. I am funny. I don't care what anyone thinks. So, as I was saying, this game is nice and relaxing, more relaxing than having to deal with Dora being fascinated by a rearranged room. Can't believe, yeah. I was going to do something different with it anyway, but I was leaving it there for the time being, so I didn't have to deal with it. Now I'm going to have to deal with it. or I need to get rid of my cables. And speaking as a middle-aged man, that ain't happening.
Yeah. No, when it come in handy, even if you never
Which
use
field? 21?
I don't know whatever field I'm in.
Okay, yeah.
21.
Yeah, you're at 20.
Yeah. Well, true story. Max has happened to a friend of mine who is married. He threw away a cable and he needed it the very next week, and that is a true, absolute true story. Oh, that means I have something, and damn it, and it's not a cable. Oh, where did I put it? I was going to take a photo and see who could work out what it was. I will dig it out after this field. And if you're of a certain age and technological standing, you know what it is. Harm, is this field tagged wrong? I'm fertilizing and sowing one row of the next field that's not ours. That's a fun bug.
It's because the center of vehicle that you're in is the basis that it makes for that. So when the trailer attachment is still over their land, but you're technically on our land,
Something on the way back.
it still works. So the way that they have it working is kind of weird.
You'd think it would be sensible just to check both points.
Exactly. Check like a border of the vehicle.
Or even check just the trailer. Like, it's only the trailer I care about, not the tractor. Then again, I know it should be the centre of a tool, shouldn't it? Whatever tool is in the right place.
I think they do it that way to account for crop destruction, so you can't just go driving through everybody's fields and destroying their crops.
Oh, so I can't destroy other people's crops.
But that would be if we had crop destruction on.
I have seen people actually talk about the Giants engine, but that it's not been updated in a while. So the SnowRunner has dynamic mud, whereas this game, the mud textures are preset. So my mud on my mud guards is perfectly symmetrical. Yeah, and on the front ones. But yeah, I'm hoping that the next one has significantly improved tech, but I suspect it probably won't. But again, from a professional point of view, look
It's
at
fucking
the...
better. We've had
No.
2 years to do it. Or no, 3 years.
Well, sort of. They have done a mobile one in the meantime. But if you look at the shadows, it's in the other direction, like the shadows on that yellow invader starred thing, it's bloody horrible. Dora, a paw has just appeared over my monitor, the back of it. Yeah, tomorrow I will see whether or not I actually like my new office setup. I think I will, but I actually need to sit and do some work. But Dora likes it, don't you, Dora? Now, you're supposed to have the top of the monitor in line with your eyesight, which I can't actually do without cutting holes in my desk. But my monitor is substantially lower than it was, which is interesting. So it's no further away. It's the same distance, but it looks a lot bigger now. It's lower, and that's interesting. Maybe I was just so used to it where it was, I stopped looking at it. So now I'm actually paying attention. What's that? Can you remind me how much this tractor was? Like 130,000 or something.
What, that one?
Yeah. I know it was, some money, but I don't remember what it was. Because we do need another tractor, because we need this tractor for everything right now. I don't hate you, Dora. No matter what you break, I will always love you. Just stop breaking everything. I know you're not doing it on purpose, but you don't listen. I explained to you can't do that. Now go and stand on the windowsill and murder some birds with your brain. Yeah, and as I said earlier, I mentioned in the chat, I also ran into a USB limit for the first time ever. So bear in mind, projector games, I've done events and I've had...
150,000.
Okay. I've had well over 100 controllers plugged into a single computer, and I've never run into this 5 deep limit before. But I would run.
Wait, wait, unpowered.
No, they're all powered. No, I need everything I've got powered now. No, you don't have to go more than 5 hubs deep, basically. But when I do projector games, I do generally 4 out from the main computer, and then 4 from that, and then 4 from that. So it's only 3 hubs deep, but it's already some enormous number of ports.
Nested hubs.
Yeah, so that's only 3. But what I've done here is my computer is now a substantial distance from my desk. So the goal is to put them all on the other side of the room and just run effectively 1 USB cable and 1 video cable down. Didn't go to plan because I don't have a 5 meter DisplayPort cable, only a 3 meter one, so it's not where I want it, but I've ordered one now. But I essentially I've just got loads of hubs, and they're great hubs. There's nothing wrong with the hubs, but they've only got cables on them that are about 6 inches long. And I don't know if you know the Mini B standard, which is the USB. It looks like
Micro
USB.
B.
No, Mini B. So it's a. I'm trying to describe it. You've probably seen it, but you don't have very many of them. Quite rare. Sorry, Micro B. You're quite correct, Micro B. It's a.
I've got several of them.
It's a micro, but with an extra bit on it. So it's like a double socket.
Well, I know what you're talking about.
and
My
really-
external drives connect with that.
You just don't get them anymore. Essentially, USB 3 did away with them completely, and I don't know why they existed. I think they were a bridging standard of some sort. So it was. I think it was a USB 2 at 3 speeds on a USB 2 by running twice as many. I'm not really sure why. I've got like 3 things with the one on. They are quite unusual. But yeah, I've got one of those. So I don't have a longer one of these. I've got C's, B's, micros, A's, everything, but not micro B. So I can't put the hub any further away.
The micro Bs that I have, the other end is just an A.
The other end's an A, yes, but then I have to start running down an extender.
But it also requires me to plug it into USB 3. So it's like, okay, what the fuck is the point?
Yeah, I think it predates
Oh,
USB
right.
3. I think it predates C. So I think it was a precursor to C.
Yes, it does predate it.
But I
Check
don't
on the
know.
Wikipedia page it's linked.
But I don't know why it exists. I don't know what its purpose is. It's much more
To make
secure
the connector
because it
smaller.
holds itself in tighter because it's a bigger.
Yeah.
And I wondered if it was just that, if it's a more secure, physically secure version.
I have a couple of things that use that, I think. You haven't used them for a while.
I've got 3: a video capture device, an external hard drive, and 1 hub. That's it.
Yeah.
Alright.
So the ones I've seen recently are obviously the Micro B Super Speed and the Micro B.
But why? What's its purpose? Why does it exist? What's wrong with normal micro?
Well, it was before there was no micro. It was all you had was Type A and Type B, which was
printers.
the slave and the master, and that was it. Yeah, for printers. Yeah.
Yeah, so printers is
And
big,
then-
isn't it? The big one.
Yeah. Yeah, the sort of squarish one.
And then you got mini,
Yeah.
which was the
The
trapezoid.
smaller things like phones, so you can put a B on a phone, but you had to put, phones
Yeah.
were starting to come out with those, and other sort of small devices came out with those.
Yeah, but they're all B,
And also,
aren't they?
it was just
No,
for
there's-
for charging. I think my
Oh, so it
portable
takes,
speaker was a
takes
micro
more current,
mini
maybe?
B.
It might be it takes more current. It's possible.
Well,
It's not
I
difficult.
know
like,
that
with
my
web
like
pages,
HTC Apache that did data transfer and everything through it.
So we had with A's the
Easy.
thin rectangular one, B is the printer one, but then we've got mini and micro B. But I don't know why micro B exists.
Micro AB, even worse.
Oh,
I think
which-
you have
which
to read
was
down
AB?
and across that web page, down across the page. So if
Ah.
the further you go to the right on the web page, the more recent it is. The further down you go, the later the standard.
Which one was AB? I remember
Sorry?
that one. Oh, that was the.
I've never seen a
That
mini
was the.
AB.
Yeah, no, yes, that's the one that's
Those are
got.
weird.
It's yes, I've got 1 AB cable. I know what you mean. That's a USB B cable, and like a bit stuck on it, isn't
So,
it?
according to
got
this
one.
page, the Mini A and the Mini B came out in the 1998 USB 1.1 revision. And
Do you
then
mean the
USB
micro?
2 came along. Yeah,
Oh.
and USB 2 then sort of iterated on that, and USB 2 revised iterated on it again. And then USB 3 came out, which is where you get the larger, the sort of Type A with blue and the Type B with the sort of weird bit on top. For the sort of larger version of the
Yeah,
old
but
B.
what I mean is, what
And
is
C came
micro
out
B?
in version.
What is micro B micro but with a larger power capacity? I don't understand its purpose.
Yeah, I don't understand its purpose either.
And I've
That's the
got
problem. It's a cable. It's a connector, not a
It's a
standard. It's a
connector,
connector.
yeah, and
So
I've
you
got
do it like that.
I have a single. I've only ever seen one. I'd say AB. I'm pretty sure it was USB 3, but early USB 3 because it's blue and it's on a video capture box again. But yeah, it's odd. To be quite frank, we should have gone USB A, USB C, done.
Well, you had to have B.
No, bollocks
A,
to me.
B, and then
Bollocks to
C.
me.
Yeah.
No, we should have just skipped B.
We need the slave device. So
Well, the weird thing
you
is,
couldn't have two USB-A connectors going one-to-one, could you?
I love USB B. It's big, it's chunky, it holds
You
itself
can't
in
get it
place.
wrong.
It's great. Yeah, it's great. But for some weird reason, the only thing that uses B are printers. All my 2D printers
And scanners and
are
any
B.
slave device that you can put on a slave.
Yeah, but all my 3D printers are also B for no reason. And I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
know why.
Printers.
Yeah, but I don't know why that it's endured just for 3D print. 3D printers are new. There's no legacy here. They're all brand new. So I've never
What
quite.
would they have? What would they give them if they didn't give them a slave socket?
Well, micro.
A micro B?
No, micro. Just plain old micro. Everything uses micro these days. Even stuff that really shouldn't.
Micro B.
Like game controllers use micro. No, just micro. Like game controllers use micro. I don't know
Micro
why. What's wrong with
B.
that? What's wrong with the B? Bang. There we go.
You've got to have a slave device. It has to have a slave socket. They can't have a USB A socket on them, for example. They have to have a
Well,
micro B.
you could. You can.
It's
You
slave.
You can do A to A. It's rare, but I have done it. Very odd.
Yeah, but like, masters are masters.
But no, my point is, on a like an Xbox controller, there's nothing wrong with it being a B, or a micro, or a mini. But micro is small, so all of my Xbox controllers, like my third-party ones, they've got unique micro cables that are latching because otherwise they just fall out.
Wow.
Because there are quite a lot of.
As the standard revised, we all know that the standard going up in
Yeah.
more bandwidth. USB 4, look at that. 4 gigabits.
Yeah,
today.
but Jay,
I haven't
my
seen USB
my
yet.
question is, what is micro B used for? Is it power? I'm guessing, just given the devices that I've got it on, I've only ever
When
seen
did I have?
three
does
of
it
them.
have external power?
Well, I've got it on a USB hub that does have external power, so this is just my
Yeah.
guess. Like, why?
In USB-C's got much greater power delivery.
Yeah,
We know
but-
that because we get like hubs that can drive a laptop.
But my question is, why would
that's
you use
28
micro B over micro? What does micro B offer that micro doesn't? Must be something.
Over micro what? Sorry, you have to qualify it.
Micro. Just
There is no
use
micro. There is no micro.
Cable. It's a cable. What does USB micro B offer over a USB micro? I'm 99% sure I could put a
What do you
USB
mean by
micro into one half of it. Well,
I'm sorry, I'm not understanding what you mean by USB
mini is the
micro.
trapezoid. Micro is the one we used before we got C. Is there a better name for
Yeah.
it?
No, it's just none of them are called micro on their own. It's
So-
micro B.
No, micro B is the double cable.
No,
Ah.
there are two micro Bs. That's really confusing. It's micro B. They're actually,
What?
to be very precise, the one with the double cable that you might see on your hard drive is actually called a micro B super speed and has 10
Ah.
conductors. Whereas the micro B that you see on, I don't know, like a USB speaker, that is only 5 conductors.
So it's
that
got
much
more.
narrower.
So it's super speed. So that's its basic thing. They are actually significantly higher.
It must be bandwidth and power delivery. It must be. I mean, what else would you upgrade the revise
I
upgrades?
don't know.
The only thing that I found differently with USB micro B was their separate shielded cables, one for power, one for data, and the data was running at 5 gigabytes per second.
Gigabit.
That was
I wish it was gigabytes.
Yeah.
That's what it's
No,
What's the name, Dad?
GPPS, not G capital B.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
The
Gigabit,
wiki
yeah.
page has got it right. Super
That's
speed,
it.
super speed plus. Wow, super speed plus is 10 gigabits, and then USB. What? So it's super speed plus again, and then another one called super speed plus. Guess what speeds they are?
10, 20, 30, 40.
5, 10, 20, 40.
Yeah.
But hold on, you can't keep using the same name and calling it super speed.
Well, Max, allow me to explain to you iPads. So the first iPad was called the iPad, and the second iPad was called the iPad 2, and then the next one was called the iPad, and then the next one, which was exactly the same as the previous iPad, was also called the iPad but had a different
Oh, they're
socket.
going with the aliens theme.
And then the one after that one was called the new iPad. So the fifth one was called the new iPad. And then you got the iPad Air and then the iPad Air 2. And it's like, what are you doing with your naming convention? So genuinely, absolutely, I bought a iPad Gen 3. We'll call it that. They don't call it that. And I got it and I genuinely looked at the box and went, I bought the wrong iPad. I've paid a small fortune for this. And then I opened it up and it was the newer one. But at the time I'm like, what do you mean the iPad? This is an iPad 3. But no.
They called them an iPad, and then there was some sort of gen or some sort of other moniker which basically
Yeah,
said this is generation
There is, but
4 or whatever.
but it's not on the box.
No,
Like
it's sort of firmware or something.
well, you can find it out, but my point is you wouldn't pick up a box and have a clue which one it was. Let's be honest, they all pale into comparison compared to Nintendo's naming convention and Microsoft's, which are the worst. PlayStation got it right. PS 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Pro is the good one. Perfect.
Hi,
Hello. This is
I'm playing stereoscopic tonight.
Oh, so you're playing with Vorpax, are you?
Ah, that
Yeah.
explains so much. How's it working in this game?
You should get in my you should get in my cab.
I kept hearing you exhale. Like, what?
Oh,
Yeah, I've never done
Better
Vorpax.
mind.
I'm so annoyingly sensitive to VR sickness. I had to stick with games that were designed for it, and even that can be a bit touch and go.
Yeah, this one strikes me as the type of game where it definitely should be like one of the best ones to use in that.
Yeah, but why on earth does it not support it? Drive the tractor down an internal view. Sold.
That's the $1 million question.
Well, probably because it wouldn't make them $1 million. Is
Yep, there you go.
the pancake conventions do strike out when you are in stereoscopic, not in a full VR experience.
Don't forget though, Shaka, for me, with the heavy equipment control and the steering wheel, everything should just work. And the menus will be a bit weird. Should just work. Yeah. But yeah, I am honestly surprised more games
Todd Howard?
don't even offer unsupported VR stuff. So I know for a fact a certain very well received game from that has 3 letters in its name and then a number after it, both of them, they've all got VR support in the code base. Absolutely do, but they've never released an official version. Same thing with Alien Isolation. Has VR support, but also kinda doesn't. So you can just turn it
Well,
on.
at
The
one
name
point
tags are
even-
weird.
Arc had VR.
What cat VR?
Arc?
Oh, Arc. Well, yeah, it's an Unreal game. You have to tick a box. Does anyone remember what the button is to make time go quicker? Don't say vodka either.
It's 7 and 8.
Ah, 7.
So
Yeah,
8
yes,
would
okay,
be the
yeah,
one.
that's fine. I was pressing F7 and F8. But yeah, basically Dora has broken my wonderful thing that I used to keep cables tidy. She's broken it with her velocity.
Don't put cables in a box.
Huh? No, God, no. Oh, good grief, no.
Cables out the way, keep them tidy out the way.
Yeah,
and then
but you're not
usually
keeping them
check
tidy.
as well.
You're just putting them in a massive tangle. I have about
No,
30...
no, I'm not putting a massive tangle. Don't make assumptions about
but-
my OCD-ness.
Yeah, but I've got about 30 unique pockets labelled Micro, Mini, A, Infinity, Kettle Lead, Apple, etc. So it's all very organised. And the best bit about doing it this way is when I have too many of a certain type, I can just start to chuck them. I did have about 40 or 50 kettle leads. I'm like, this is too many. So I've kept the very long ones and the very short ones.
I spent 3 hours the other day looking for a fucking kettle lead.
My mate was over, say with the last weekend, and he's like, "Do you have a kettle lead?" I'm like, "Yep. How long do you want it?" And he goes, "That's perfect. There we go." But I've also got notched, because it kettle leads. What are they called? IECC connectors. Because you've got notched, and then you've got
It
unnotched,
was a notched one that I was looking for
and
the
three
Steeler.
men.
Cloverleaf.
No, that's
Sorry,
different.
Cloverleaf.
That's different. Yeah, blackberry ones. No,
Oh, yeah.
you get 2-pin ones as well without an earth, and they're like freaking gold dust. Those so I have so.
Oh, and you also
few
get the
2-pin
ones that are, the ones that are sort of more server room oriented, where they're like a socket rather than a plug. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
No, they're a plug rather than a socket. Sorry. So there's pins on the inside.
Yeah, no, blackberry ones. I think there's something. Blackberry ones annoy me so much because you're like, great, it's exactly the same as a normal cat lead, only slightly smaller, and I don't have very many. Well, I do now, but I didn't have very many at the time. But yes, I'm going to have to work out another way of holding up that thing. I've got a long-term plan, but I need a plan for this weekend so I can actually get out my room without having to walk all over all the collapsed stuff. Thank you, Dora. Can't see her.
She's sitting in a corner somewhere, whining.
She's probably not. She's probably exploring. I've already had to fill the 3D printer up with stuff because she's decided she's going to walk through it. So I was like, no, I'm going to disavow you of that right now. But she doesn't like it when it's running though, so that's alright.
Can you not train a cat to do as it's told?
You can train a cat not to get caught to do stuff. That's one of the thing about cats. You can teach them not to when
Sure,
you're watching.
You have to put something repulsive in the area where you don't want them to go. So like
Fake
citrus
snakes.
smell, citrus smells.
Yeah, in theory.
Sprays and things.
In theory, yes, Max. In practice, not always. My mum's cats used to go to sleep on the lemon peel and the orange peel she'd leave on the table, so not always. Tin foil is a good one. So put tin foil over anything you don't want to stand on. After a couple of times of jumping on tin foil and having the shit scared out of them, they won't do it again. So that's an option. But yeah,
I need to find something to stop my neighbour's cat shitting on my fucking veggie patch.
that's a little bit different. Chicken wire.
Yes, it's got chicken wire on it. It's got a big chicken wire cage that goes all the way around it and across the top of it.
Right.
The cat sits on top of the chicken wire and shits through the house.
Better chicken wire. The best one I did hear though was African grey parrots. So he said that it was a great little thing. It says I've got an African grey parrot, and it does know a lot of words. One of the words it knows is no. So when it's being naughty, I say no to it. Because the thing is, it doesn't stop my parrot being naughty, but I know when he's being naughty because I can hear him quietly saying no to himself in a different room. And no, Henry, you cannot electro the chicken wire.
Okay, this is weird. When I'm in the passenger seat, I get this VR sickness feeling when you are controlling.
Yes, that could
But
be a
I
thing.
don't get it if I myself am controlling.
Yeah, well, if you feel sick, do stop. Do not try and power through it. Do not try and go, I can take it. You can't. There are the eventual highest level of VR sickness is you pass out. Don't try. And
Chalky, you need to put your camera on.
and I've got full-on VR sickness before, proper VR sickness, and I've drunk milk. I've gone off milk before by accident. It feels like that. It's just like, I just want to die. This is just the worst thing ever. So, yeah, don't.
To be honest, I can't see the point in doing VR farm sim.
If you were in internal view, that'd be brilliant.
Oh, yeah, being able to like look around and that, but then that's the idea of the IR tracking, isn't it?
It's really not the same. What's the point in buying a Ferrari? You can just buy a Fiat 500 and go over at 5 miles an hour. It's really not the same experience.
True, but where in the UK can you drive your Ferrari at 300 mile an hour on the road?
Well, why did you have to specify on the road? Where would I drive my Ferrari? Let's see, Warwickshire Raceway, Silverstone, Brands Hatch, Donington, Goodwood. The list goes on.
Yes, but that's not real world driving, is it?
What's that got to do with anything?
There was a Ferrari in front of us the other day on a 30 mile an hour road, and the guy wasn't even touching the throttle. He just looked fucking so bored. Like, he's sitting at the light revving his engine because it was all he could do.
Well,
Like a fucking 60-year-old Land Rover was keeping up with it. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, but he wasn't trying to race you, or you would be gone.
Well, yeah, I know that. I understand that. But what is the point?
It's an awful lot more fun. Plus, until you have booted it down a slip road, that's when it is. I mean, my motorbike, I have to be careful that I don't hit the motorway doing 130 if I try to boot it down the slip road. But yeah, that just that alone, huge fun. But as I said, that's really not the point though. Track IR is nothing like VR. It's good, but it's just not the same anything.
I don't like the fake one that uses the webcam. I will say that. There's one that I was using a few weeks ago.
Yeah, there's some good ones and bad ones of that, as far as I know.
It was recommended to me, but it just seemed to lag a lot. Like I was turning my head and looking at things,
That
and
might
it was
just be
like,
your phone though. Or your Wi-Fi.
no, it was off the webcam, plugged into USB.
Oh, okay. There's ones that do it via your phone as well.
Oh.
Is it raining? Fuck.
But it just seemed as though I was looking at shit, and then it was taking a second to register that I'd moved.
But it's not stereoscopic, which is the important thing about VR more than anything else. It is that.
Hmm.
The big things
Well,
look big.
I'm very tempted to get one and try it, but
Have you ever tried one?
I have like increased my opinion how important the interactivity is.
Yes. Oh yeah, I mean No Man's Sky is great. I mean SBMI do bitch that it doesn't have HOTAS support, but it is very cool when it works. Playing with the controls.
That one game came out, the racing one from the people who did VTOL VR. The one that supports Pancake and HOTAS, and it's everything.
What's the name?
I guess it's not called Pacer. I saw it on a website. Plus, Jay,
Jetborne Racing.
plus Jay, you ain't gonna pick up any girls in your 60-year-old Land Rover, but the guy in his Ferrari. Oh yeah.
what was that?
I said, but you aren't gonna go picking up the same class of girls in your 60-year-old Land Rover as the guy in his Ferrari.
Are you saying my nurse isn't classy?
Well, that's not what the graffiti in the toilet said, at least. I'll give you a bonus point if you can tell me what I just misquoted, though.
No idea.
Superman 3.
Never seen it.
Ah, really? That's the one with the...
I've never seen.
God, that one, I haven't seen that.
I love Superman 3.
I've only seen the first and second ones with
Christopher Reeves.
Sorry?
Christopher Reeves.
Yes.
Yeah.
I only get that name.
Yeah, third one's next. It's got Richard Pryor on it.
Oh, that's okay. I was gonna ask if that was the prior one or not.
Yeah.
That's the one that I love.
I might have to see if it's on Amazon and get it.
I
Its
always love
age. Let's
seeing when.
Let's put it like
went
that.
into
though.
the machine.
What was the one where Richard Pryor was drunk and injected into the guy and flying round? Or am I thinking of a completely different person?
Inner Space.
That's not Richard Pryor though. I don't have any film where Richard Pryor did that because there was Inner Space and
No,
Forbidden
this was
Void.
Richard. This is new.
I doubt it. Richard Pryor is dead, so probably not Richard Pryor. Do all them black people look the same to you, Jay? Is that what's going on here?
No.
Definitely not Richard Pryor. Been dead for quite a while.
Fuck, I can't remember his name.
Well, there's only
Like he was like
Mark-
a thing of himself. There was like him inside
Inner
himself.
Space.
No, because that definitely wasn't a black man. I have got Inner
No,
Space
that's
on
definitely-
Blu-ray, and I love that film so much.
I love that movie.
So it's me. When you come over, you can pop over living for a weekend, and we will binge all of these films on a big screen.
I want to say something like Meet Dave, but that's Eddie Murphy, isn't it?
Oh, there's an Eddie Murphy film where he was an alien controlling a robot body of himself, and that's cool. That is Dave. Yeah, that's Dave, isn't it?
That
Because-
might be the one I'm thinking of.
I'll be honest, it's not very memorable.
A lot of Eddie Murphy stuff later on isn't. He done that other one, didn't he? With oh fuck, I can't remember his name either.
Mike Myers?
Big dude. No, big fat dude. They started up a daycare thing.
Daddy Daycare?
John Candy.
it's-
Ah,
John Candy.
might be.
Is it the guy with the skit about the
Uncle Buck.
river, the van by the river? The guy from SNL?
No, it wasn't Uncle Buck bloke. I can't think of his fucking name.
John Goodman.
Or you just listing all the fat actors you can think of. Roseanne Barr.
Yeah. She's not a male.
Isn't she?
Hang on.
Did anybody else just hear thunder in the game?
No,
It has just finished raining.
some time ago. I don't know what that's synchronized.
No, just now. It's so weird. 'Cause, well, I more felt it than I heard it.
Hasn't Eddie Murphy just done a new Coming to America thing as well?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
Came out earlier this year. Apparently very good. Not watched it. Why? For money? I did
Was he not
also.
good enough?
Well, more money. I did also watch the new Men in Black film last night. It's just on up on Netflix, and it was alright.
Sorry, what new Men in Black film?
Men in Black International.
And the other dude's name that I was trying to think of is Jeff Garlin.
Oh,
Just on
yeah.
IMDb.
I know what you mean. Where do I take cut grass to? To the silo?
To the barn.
The barn. Oh yeah, just up here. Oh fuck! All the grass just grew. I just saw all the grass go pop.
Apparently that is on Prime. Men in Black International.
It's also on Netflix. Unless I watched it on Prime. I was going to watch Stand, but that's only in Stars Play. So Amazon's like, hey, watch this. I'm like, okay, cool. I like them. That's one of my favourite books. And it's like, you have to pay. But I'm already paying you.
Yeah, I had that the other
About
day.
that channel. I have watched so many fucking movies on that channel, and the HBO one. They've definitely been worth it.
I'm tempted to get the
You
one
can't
if
do
they've
it.
got.
You can't get HBO in this country. HBO is sewn up by
Really?
Sky. Yeah, I get
Sky.
it. HBO this year are also doing all of Warner Brothers films. So I'm like, right, that is worth it, right there. But you can't. HBO is an exclusive
right?
with Sky, and prior to that, Stars was exclusive with Virgin
What the fuck?
because they pay.
Damn, and I thought America had fucked up deals.
Well, it's because we aren't the producer of the deals. So we aren't the producer of the content. So to a great degree, we are at the mercy of whichever one imports
This is
it.
VPNs come in.
Oh
and-
my god, I think that lawnmower is able to destroy the crops.
No, well, shouldn't be.
I'm
Yes,
seeing a bit where it mowed the crops down.
I believe so. But only if crop damage is turned on.
Which it shouldn't be.
No.
Well, which it wasn't.
I'm pretty sure I've done it in single player without or with crop damage turned off.
Oh, is anyone looking forward to Loki?
Yes.
I'm away the weekend it comes out. So,
Got no
yeah.
excuse.
Well,
Does that mean we're not allowed to talk about it?
I'll get back and I'll watch it, so fuck you all.
You're playing a tablet and a Wi-Fi stick.
Well, possibly. I mean,
Or whatever.
I'm at a stag do. Thankfully, it's after my second vaccination, so that's good.
Oh.
So yeah, there is actually a projector there, so we might actually do that.
Apparently, there's a new Rugrats movie coming out. I thought they died in the 90s.
No, they didn't die. Can you imagine? In the last Rugrats episode, they all die. It's bad enough.
No, I meant
Tommy
like
was a premature baby. That was harrowing enough.
All of their shenanigans finally caught up with them. They finally got into such a serious situation.
For those of you who've been following as well, Freddie has died as well, rather sadly. From as in Rod, Jane, and Freddie.
Oh.
But apparently, and I wasn't aware of this, apparently they came back into the spotlight a few years ago because Jane was married to Rod for 20 years and then broke up with him and then went out with Freddie. I was like, oh my god, it's all got a bit incestuous in the Rod, Jane, and Freddie thing. But yeah, they've been entered into the Hall of Fame for music. I mean, they've done thousands upon thousands of songs for the Rainbow Kids show over the years. Yes, I give you 73.
Did you want to do the harvesting on the field, or should I just go ahead and start it up?
Go for it. I will grab the. I'll grab the trailer, and suck up your load. That also means that the tractor is currently available if anybody wants to do anything tractory.
I want to know where the fuck my shopping is.
Do you also wish to know what love is? Do you want me to show you?
No. I want to know where the fuck my shopping is.
I want to know where my shopping is.
Doesn't quite have the same
I
ring
want
to
you
it.
to show me. Yes.
I once had a shopping grocery order. They said, "Oh no, it's been canceled. Sorry, for whatever fucking reason." And then it fucking showed up. I was like, okay. I wasn't because I had gone out to like Costco. I was like, well, I need to get something, so I went out to get something, and when I came back, there were my groceries at my door.
Yeah, just left there to warm up and defrost.
Well, they were
That's a bit
in freezer bags.
That's a bit crappy. Just dumping them at your door and then. You know.
Um,
And that's
as-
in the UK.
as-
They have to deliver them to your door while you're there. Else you have to keep them in the refrigerated truck.
It's weird. Don't you need to press the button to pick up the sand?
Believe in the UK.
You need the loader wagon thing that you pick up the grass with.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Is that what I've got here? Is that what's on the tractor?
No, that.
No.
Oh, on the tractor, yes. That's the correct one.
Now I'm thinking that every VR driving game needs to have a standard Easter egg of what is love.
Let's move your head. Is it the forage wagon? Because it ain't doing shit.
Yeah, it's
Forage
the forage
wagon,
wagon.
you need
You
to
lower the header and turn it on.
Oh, you mean lower the pickup? Well, obviously.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
working. It's working now. No reason. let us know when you're feeling a bit full, Esme, and I will whoosh past and
Sure thing.
let you fill me up with your chaff. Not chaff. Sorry, I'm getting the chaff, aren't I?
It is having
Lovely.
a moment.
I don't know, Sainsbury's?
No, someone seems to be having a huffy puffy moment.
Shaka.
Oh.
Puffy?
Yeah, Shaka's mic is on his VR helmet.
Oh.
Esme,
Okay.
could you stick your
So we can hear it
could you
breathing.
stick your arm out, please?
My turn, Clive.
Don't worry about me. You get on with your mowing.
So, Ismay, this Jet Bomb Racing, has that got non-VR mode?
Yeah,
Yes, 'cause
it
it
works
says-
in non-VR. It works with HOTAS. It works with the VR haptic controls.
So it says Flying
they
VR
did everything.
recommended.
Ooh.
It's
Okay.
like they took all of the suggestions from VTOL VR and they're like, yeah, okay, well, we'll just make a separate game for that.
It sounds like Power Drone, which was an old Atari ST and Amiga three-dimensional racing game. Have I not entered you yet, Esme? Hey.
What was that again? 'Cause that sounds familiar.
What?
Something
Power
drone.
Drone. Power Drone. Power Drone was a
Yep, tank is empty.
old three-dimensional racing game. You flew like spaceships around. But the thing is, I doubt I could do that game. I really, really do.
Are you talking about the PlayStation 2 game?
No, not unless there was a sequel on the PlayStation 2. There may have been.
It seems like the VR sickness is a software thing on the brain, so there's hope of skilling it up.
You do get better at it. However, I have a personal opinion, and there has been not a lot of research done in this area. So I have some personal opinion that getting better at VR, like getting better at not being sick in VR, it directly impacts your balance. Because what you're essentially doing is you're saying to your brain, although my balance is lying to me, ignore it. But there has been such a tiny amount of research in this area that it's very hard to say. Because I have excellent
I did.
balance. So I wonder if that means that's why I get very VR sick. It's because I've got good balance.
When I was about 10 years old, my family went to Disneyland once, and there was one time, it was like off season, so, you know, there's not a lot of people there. And my sister and I noticed this one fellow that was just repeatedly running back and forth onto the teacups ride and spinning ridiculously fast. And we noticed that he had headphones on. And my father butted in to say, yes, he's testing an audio tape for nausea cancellation.
Yeah, I do have the experience in real life that it has altered my sense of balance.
Yeah, I know it does directly afterwards. I don't know if that's a long-term effect, though. Yeah, I see where that logic comes from. I've never heard of anything like it, though. I've no idea if that's true.
It was just so
Was your
weird
dad
that
winding
that
you
guy
up?
was being paid to just repeatedly jump onto the teacups ride over and over all day long while listening to his Walkman.
Stick your arm out, SPM? I mean, if that was true, let's assume that was true, and as opposed to your dad doing a dad joke, because I don't know.
Oh
That
no,
makes sense.
he's
I'm
very
actually having a
technical
look on
about
it
that.
now. There was a lot of there's quite a few PubMed reports on it going back to mid to late 70s.
Yeah, but if it was real, all VR games would come with it. VR headsets would come with this tech built in. Facebook would have just bought up whoever's got the patent, gone, brilliant.
The earliest one that I'm finding is 1966 as
Yeah,
a
there-
medical.
Yeah, there's an app that I had on my Windows phone that it had little like had alterations in the audio of whatever it was playing to help calm nausea. It would help calm with having problems with crowds and stuff like that. And I tested. I went into downtown San Francisco to some exhibit thing, had no problems, despite having, pretty severe PTSD and problems with crowds.
Yeah, and I can also point you at a whole bunch of people who wear copper bracelets and swear, or magnetic ones and swear they do anything. Like psychosomatic is a very strong thing. Like I said, I remember I did professional audio for a very long time, so I've never heard of anything like this. I get the idea, it's in your ears, that's where your balance is, that's where hearing is, therefore it's related. But if that was the case, Oculus would have just bought it. If someone's got the patent, we'll license the patent. Our headsets don't produce any VR sickness, but that's obviously not the case. Because that'd be amazing.
Do you think that games are lacking an inner ear representation, and that would probably help with VR sickness if you could actually get feedback on what the in-universe gravity is supposed to be?
Well, no, that's the issue is what you're feeling and what you're seeing don't match up. Now it's me. You probably know what these are called. If I can just remember.
Yeah, but in shooting games, when you get shot, you don't actually get tactile feedback. You usually get the red glow in the edge of your screen.
Yeah, and that
something like that needs to be done.
That won't cause VR sickness. VR sickness is directly seeing motion without feeling motion. That is what VR sickness is.
Yeah, but if the brain can correlate, get a feeling what the motion is supposed to be, now it has to deduce it from the visual field, and that's kind of hard. Having an explicit representation on movement only would help for it.
What, a visual representation of what? You can't draw an arrow on the
force
screen.
That you're feeling. I guess that could work, but it might be too clunky or need more too explicit reading. But like a star field or something.
Well, yeah, but how can I put it? So VR sickness is very simple, and as I say, it has nothing to do with motion sickness. So feeling sick on a roller coaster has nothing to do with it. It is as simple as your brain is seeing things happen and it's not feeling them. So what it does is it will then assume you have been poisoned, and the poison has damaged your inner ear. So the first thing it will do is it will raise your temperature in case it's an infection. It will then make you feel nauseous, so you're sick and you throw up the poison. And the final thing it will do is make you feel sleepy, so you sleep off the effect of the poison. That is what VR sickness is. It's a ridiculous and outdated and useless physiological response. The only solution to it is to bit practice, as I said, or not to stimulate the eyes in a way that doesn't match up to what you're seeing. And that has happened, with comfort vignettes. And if you can remember the names of them, please do. They have used them in the military. And it's a little thing that clips behind your ear and directly uses ultrasonics to stimulate the hairs in your inner ear. And people have been pointing out, these are things, these are real devices the military have used for quite a while to simulate motion sickness. But apparently they're no good for long-term usage, as you will destroy all the inner ear hairs, which is obviously a very terrible state of affairs. But people looking into that.
The only tech dealing with stuff like that I know of in the military was where they had earplugs that would mute any sounds over a certain decibel range and play back everything, but kind of like at a normalized volume.
Yeah, it's not that. It's specific to do with motion sickness and nausea. But the tech has just sort of come back, and people are saying, you know, we've used this tech, it's not safe, or it wasn't safe. It might be safe now. Where do I take straw?
Well, it's a bit
The
new
barn.
area.
Maybe asking.
So I'm forming like a hypothesis that is slightly contradictory. I guess that the brain has difficulty making out what the data means, and the leading hypothesis is that some of the hardware is broken, and that then leads to assuming of poisoning or such.
Yeah.
But
This isn't my
now
hypothesis.
today I had the experience of having the VR sickness feeling when you were driving, but not having when I was driving. If it was purely a visual thing, then I should feel it also when I'm driving, but I don't feel it.
Yes, but I mean that's what that is. That's motion sickness, and that's the motion sickness
Yeah, that's
you don't get when you're driving a car, but you do as a passenger. I mean, I can get
that's
motion
what I
sick.
get.
I can get motion sick sometimes watching people in VR. Like watching people streams in VR make me go. But yeah, this is my hypothesis. This is results of physiological studies on the human brain over many years. The best one, and I've mentioned this before, is the most beautiful example of the scientific method. It was a Sydney University, and they set out to prove the old adage that everybody knows: with motion sickness, don't give alcohol. It is one of the worst things you can do. Do not do it. So they said, obviously, this applies to VR. Everyone knows you don't give, you know, if you're seasick, don't give them alcohol, it makes it worse. So they got people in VR drunk. And then the paper is brilliant because the brief is essentially, we all know this to be true, so therefore we started to do it. And actually, we were wrong. We were totally, absolutely wrong. With VR, that's VR sickness, not motion sickness, getting a blood alcohol content that pretty much means you can no longer drive, you won't get VR sick as much. It's like,
Because it kind of slows down the body's response to that sort of poisoning.
well, they didn't know why. There's no clue why. This was the interesting thing.
But it gives the body something to fight against.
Well, no, because
presumably.
the point is they set out to prove that it is a bad idea, and ended up actually finding it's a good idea.
Opposite.
And then going, we don't know why. And some of the arguments are, if you are the sort of person that's used to being drunk, you're used to, you know, when you get drunk and everything gets a bit dizzy. So there were some arguments, but they said, we don't know. That wasn't within the scope of our study. We absolutely don't know. But TLDR, a couple of pints before you get into VR actually helps, not makes things worse.
That would fit into my thinking that if the brain is malfunctioning a little or drunk, then some confusing data is not standing out.
Conversely, feeling nauseous when you're drunk is not an unheard of thing by any means, so it's not necessarily going to be any better.
Because alcohol is a poison.
Yeah, which you know, that's the sort of thing your brain thinks might have happened to you.
Yeah, you might be drunk, but you haven't had any drink. So that's why you're sort of giving it some stimulus, which correlates with the, what it thinks is going on. Thinks the wrong word. What's sort of biologically happening is sort of correlated with the alcohol.
Yeah. The worst thing about this is that obviously we've learned a lot about what not to do in VR. For instance, running backwards is a really bad idea. Free fall is also a bad idea. So if you look down, you jump down like a 6 foot thing.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's also
worse than that.
It's cumulative. That's the other thing. You go, that's fine.
What was that disc golf game we were doing? I was like, oh, how do I get off this platform? I don't know. Oh, just fall, says somebody. I'm like, because they're in 2D. I'm like, I could. Oh shit, I have.
Yeah.
At that point, I had to close my eyes because my stomach really went for it.
Every time I have to,
no!
If I ever have to jump or fall in VR, I just close my eyes until I've landed. I've learned because it's cumulative. It's each little bit makes you a little bit more sick until it's too much.
Yeah.
But we have learned some stuff about VR. But the other problem is this is only going to get worse. So the newer headsets, they have way bigger field of view, way higher refresh rate. They're delivering more convincing data to your eyes. This is partly why old VR headset didn't make you feel sick, is your brain was like, that's obviously shit. But now with realistic visuals, with high refresh rates, and with massive fields of view and high resolution, your brains your eyes are being much more fooled than they were.
Yeah, I can remember watching. I think it was Island 359. Well, I say watching, playing that in VR, and in the beginning there's a helicopter ride, and just you're looking out. I can remember feeling like, it doesn't
Yeah.
feel good. The
Well,
beginning of that. As soon as it landed and you had control, you were fine. Well, I was fine.
If you get vertigo, VR will trigger vertigo. You do not look down a cliff going, it's only a computer game. Your brain is your eyes are absolutely fooled and thinking, that's a long way down, that's gonna hurt. Sorry, that got your way.
Yeah, that helped me to identify I guess I don't know the difference between motion sickness and VR sickness.
It feels the same, but it's the exact opposite. One is feeling motion but not seeing it. One is seeing motion but not feeling it.
There has also been studies that blind persons were equipped with an artificial camera with output like a needle badge, and then they held it in their tongue, and when they used it for a while, they started to see through that. So although stimulating the inner ear would for certain make you feel a gravity, there could be hope in using plasticity to input the data from different sense.
Well, there's a lot of research going in because I mean this is VR is not going away. It is absolutely the future, and we need to get better at it. I did want to point out blind people.
Despite what all the naysayers like to say.
100% blind people don't get VR sickness. There is that to be said. I suspect no.
Has it been tested?
Think about it. You'll get it, Henry. You'll get it.
Oh, no.
Can you imagine the test? We're going to put
Second
blind
level
people in
joke.
VR. Give me some sweet funding money. Yeah. The thing is, I mentioned this before. If you think about comic books are a niche. We go, oh, VR's niche. I'm like, comic books are niche. And have you seen the MCU recently? The thing about VR, I can't imagine anyone has done any amount of VR and then gone, nah, it's just a flash in the pan. Like, what did you play that didn't impress you?
It's on television, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have seen that.
Well, don't forget.
Make your perfect house something, or make your perfect sitting room something. Like that. Basically, they give them VR to look at how the house might look.
Yes.
Once they finish sort of doing the makeover, so they can go, oh, done like that, or whatever, and they can sort of approve the makeover before the makeover even started. I'm like,
Yep.
that's clever.
There are lots of car showrooms now that you can sit in a virtual car and then go, I want the red leather, or I want to have this. So you can sit in a ultra realistic representation of the car and get it customized to your heart content. So lots and lots of tech like that. But obviously for me, it's all about the games. The argument
Google
I keep
Earth
seeing,
in VR is quite nice.
it's cool, isn't it?
In effect, you can be anywhere because the Google's maps are quite expansive, so it's effectively possible to jump into anywhere in the Earth.
The thing is, I keep saying this argument, there's no killer app for VR. And I'm not going to argue there is, but is there a killer app for anything? What was the last killer app?
They're comparing it.
What the last killer?
Comparing it.
What's the last killer app I know of?
Console.
Yeah, no, but no. I'm killer app for anything. Epic, Steam. What the last killer app
Look, the
I know
Hedgehog.
of? The last killer app I know of was GTA Vice City for the PlayStation 2. Maybe Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4, which was amazing. Other than that, you're talking about 3 or 4 of these per generation, if that. But with VR, for my
clearly
mind,
it's Super Mario Brothers for the NES.
But for my mind, VR doesn't have a killer app. It doesn't need one because it's got thousands
It's the
of
technology itself.
pretty good. Yeah, but you do need obviously software to run on that. But there's no lack of cool things for
It's
VR.
amazing.
There's lots of cool things for VR, so we don't need a killer app. We've got lots and lots of good things. Because the concept of a system-selling piece of software, it's rare. And even then, Last of Us or whatever, it's like, yeah, but of all the people that bought The Last of Us, how many of them actually bought a PlayStation to play it on? Now, you know, what actual number are we talking here? Because, you know, Gran Turismo was always a system seller for many years, but...
I actually rented a Nintendo 64 just so I could play Pod Racer.
Oh, that was a good one. N64 Racer, yeah. PC version was better, of course.
Oh my god, Wave Runner was good too. I love that game. No, sorry, Wave Race.
Yep. Wave Race 60.
Wave Race 60. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I love that game.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
people...
Especially the Bali map. Oh,
But
so good.
People who want these consoles will definitely buy them because they are the killer app. But actually going out and buying a piece of hardware just to run a game, that's a small percentage at the best of times. But yeah, and to be honest, I think VR has its killer app, and it's Gorn, and In Death, and Beat Saber.
Blade and Sorcery.
I've not played that. Yeah. Also, so if we take Gorn, Beat Saber, In Death, and Super Hot, there you go. That's 4 killer apps. All of those are worth buying a headset for, and Boneworks and Blade and Sorcery and
Oh my god.
there's so many, and
Boneworks,
Squadrons and this and that. You know, there's so many
I
killer
didn't want to
apps.
say Boneworks because I jump on that one all the fucking time. I'm always Boneworks this, Boneworks that. I fucking love Boneworks, all that stuff. And,
Aren't the Boneworks devs releasing a new game?
oh, they're still. Oh yeah, they've got a whole storyline. They've got this huge. It all started with a duck season.
Whoa. Oh, season.
Rabbit season.
And it's all very the whole plot of it all is all very what's that SCP style stuff.
SCP, yeah.
Secure containment protocol stuff.
Yeah.
So it's very
If somebody wants to
dimensional
make
and
straw hats,
monsters.
that would be an opportunity to get extra straw.
Can we pick up that straw?
We cannot pick up straw on contract fields.
Okay.
We will if we buy it.
Great. Let's buy an entire field just so we can have the straw. Great business.
Well,
plan,
I mean,
Batman.
you could buy it, pick it up, and then sell it for the same price that you bought it for.
I guess so. That does seem like effort. Look at that. Perfect. Oh.
There is some people that consider it exploitative to buy up fields and then harvest the crop, go sell the crop, and then sell the field. But you have to realize that if you're not, putting in fertilizer and doing the extra steps to make the crop worth more, you're kind of missing out.
I like the way it's made your funnel of grain pretty much missed my thing entirely. It's okay. It still counted.
I'm assuming the other fields will
we got a little bit
automatically
more.
have hard corps,
They'll have what,
and
sorry?
it's not only through contracts.
Yeah, other fields just magically grow and wither and get replanted and things when you're not paying attention.
But they never get fertilized or any of the extra steps to make it worth more, unless if you do like a contract to do that.
Oh. Doesn't. Oh, barley has to go into the thing. Oh, I need to tip barley out somewhere, don't I? So it's not here, is it?
So I guess you could sell it, sell the property, and then do contracts for like seeding and then fertilizing. So they're paying you to do those steps. And then I guess if you're also missing out on equipment, so, oh my god, why does it just keep dumping this stuff?
I'm full. Oh man, this isn't SnowRunner, damn it. Should I put markers on the map? Great.
Oh shit.
I've broken the physics. I'm stuck.
Are you taking the crops to the barn?
I was. Well, I did because I'm an idiot, but they ignore that.
Oh, so you already dumped it there?
No, I can't offload it here.
Okay, the restaurant, which is up the road the other way.
I can take
That's
it to the
the highest price.
well, I can't because I've broken the game.
Oh dear.
Let me try 50. Like, I can't move. I've managed to get the physics wedged in a way that's not possible in real life, but if I detach and retach.
Let me head over there and see what I can do.
And as long as it snaps round, there we go. Yeah, I can't move this at all. You're bigger than I am, so you might be able to. I'm just taking all the.
Try dropping the trailer.
I did. It's the trailer that's not moving. It's not me. Like Then I move around here. But it just,
And then back up a little bit and see if you can get a little bit further away to make the trailer snap over here. Does it give you an option to hook up?
Well, it's buying me dinner first, doesn't it? Blimey. Maximum distance. Yay!
There you go.
You want to take it to the restaurant? Just literally drive to the restaurant, going, here you go. Here's 7 tons of freshly done barley. What do you use barley for, anyway?
That's
Apart
the point.
from
Beer.
Beer.
Well,
Apart from beer.
Well, also
sweets,
some breads.
But there's sweets as well. What sweets? Is it just barley? Shit.
Barley sugars.
Shit. Barley sugars, that's what. Oh, barley sugars. You know, I've no idea if
I
there's any
want to put
barley
that
and barley
cover
sugars
on.
at all.
That 8 button.
Thank you. So, as I mentioned, I've rearranged my whole office. Have I found my labeler? Have I, fuck? So, but what restaurant just accepts barley from a near? I guess maybe that's their thing. Ah, what? Not again. This is not how physics.
Guys, turn sharp left.
Yeah, the problem is there's no slide at all. Like absolutely none on the trailer. It hits it, it's stuck. Like that would just slip through. If I go what? Pivot.
Yep, just like that. And yeah, because you can have it tip over on that side. Just have it dump on the right side. Oh, I see.
Now it's just like, nope. Oh, now I'm stuck on this. Go straight back. Forward shot left. Hey. Oh.
Do you need a push?
I think what I might just do is release it. I'm actually, I'm not in a good.
I can give you a push. I've got the tractor.
So let me just get slightly over. Most of my wheels weren't touching the ground. So we should have a list. Si's got that list of things that improve SnowRunner. What would improve this? Everything that would improve SnowRunner, plus winches. So you want to tip it to the right.
That's correct.
Tip side. RTM4. Whoa. I do like their tech for the texture sheet moving as it fills up, though.
Does the head tracking appear on my character?
Stand still. Now look around. No, your character's just your whole body's moving.
Oh, it's okay, but it does face the.
I think it faces the way you're looking, yeah. Because this game supports track IR, there is scope for better VR support than games that don't. Oh shit. I just drove headlong and hit the only tree there. Well, so yeah, we still need more money for the next cracker. Because then we can mow fields and things. I'm gonna go grab a drink, and I'm also gonna turn my light on, investigate my damage, and then I have a quiz for the old people in the channel.
Oh. How old is old?
Bloody hell, Dora. Right, I have returned. So I'm going to turn it the other way up, so the RS components logo is not visible. Not a clue. Don't worry, I'll bring it up on the screen so everyone can see. So the question is, what is this? And what would you use it for? I suspect Max will know this one straight away, so Max, give everyone else a chance.
Okay.
I found
I'll
this and I
shut
was
up.
like, oh, I haven't. Oh, what's that?
Oh shit!
Unused as well.
Wow.
Yeah, I've only got one. I used to have a whole box of them. Any guesses? I guess you two already know. Max, is that a? Yeah, I know what that is.
Yep. Sorry.
Yeah, I saw.
What it-
Huh?
I think I know what it might be.
Go on then, Henry, because if you think that's better than everyone else who knows.
It's an IC pin straightener.
No.
Pin in
No.
integration
it's not.
circuit.
Oh no.
No. I'll give you a clue. On the bottom side, there are numbers between 1 and 40.
Oh, it's a 40 pin.
It's a 40
Oh. Yeah, I was
Oh, I
trying
know.
to count the cable numbers. I was like, I get that.
So,
Trying
Henry.
to figure out if it was a 50 pin or 40 pin.
in the old
Or,
days,
yeah.
if you had a floppy drive cable, so you could connect up your floppy
40
drive
pin.
to your computer, but it only had one connector on it. You would pull the middle part of the connector out, and then clamp it around the ribbon cable, piercing the ribbon cable, and turning it into a headed ribbon cable.
Specifically, that is for some floppy drives came with that sort of IDC edge connector on it, and you plugged it straight into the back of the floppy drive. They didn't all have the
Yeah.
pins sticking out.
Yeah,
Some have like a
Wait,
PCB
what?
you plugged into.
they were. There were kind of two types of ends.
If you look at the bottom of that, you can see the pinholes. Where you stick it onto the pins.
Yeah, this was like a PCB would go into it. I will try and open it up. I need a screwdriver, and I'm currently sitting down, and they're at the other side of the room. I don't have anything to pry open. Oh, right.
I have a question about Open Transport Tycoon.
Yours.
Can you make double length platforms by putting two platforms beside each other?
You can do a longer platform straight out, but don't. Do not do it. There is a penalty for anything above 7.
Right.
So that you're like, haha, I can now do massive. It's not a good idea. But yeah, so
So 7 and then some track and then another 7, then that's permitted.
well, yeah, but you won't pay very much money because it's not going very far.
Mm. No, just I was just thinking about trains getting through things. They can get out of the station a bit faster, I suppose.
Was this sandcastle always here?
Someone built it there. Oh, I can't send you a photo because apparently the photo is more than 10 megabytes. Never mind. But yeah, essentially the middle part pops open and there's a whole bunch of razor sharp connectors, and they pierce the ribbon, thus giving you an extra connector on your ribbon cable. I've also got a whatchamacallit to convert single-sided 5 1/4 inch discs to double-sided 5 1/4 inch discs. It's just a fancy hole punch.
A whole bunch, yeah.
Well, because I bought it, going brilliant. I didn't realise it meant 5 1/4 inch discs, not 3.5.
So enough, just bang a hole in it with a well. I think at one point I was.
No, you can't turn them upside down. No, this turned almost any 5 1/4 inch drive into a disc into a two-sided, but not
Yeah, because you
always.
take them out and turn them around, didn't you? That was it.
Yes, but in some cases, what they do is with a single-sided disc, they would make them as double-sided. If one side failed validation, then they would just make it into a single-sided disc. So it wasn't all. It was a bit of a crapshoot how good the second side was. Oh, the bad old days.
Yes, I remember having some 5 1/4 discs that were like 800K or something, 796.
How big they were? 3.5s were 180, 360, 720, 1.4, 2.8, I believe. I think those were the right number. I can't remember 5.25s.
I was too late to the party to get 5.25s.
And I mostly was. They were
like
around,
1.2,
but
1.3 meg.
1.3 would have been, yeah, but they were a lot smaller than that. 1.3s, that was an impressive amount of storage space at one point in time.
Yes, it was. I fit a lot of games onto those.
I don't miss the bad old days of computing. There's some nostalgia, definitely, but mostly it's crap.
Having massive boxes of Memorex and verbatim.
I mean, I'd have to deal with like some of this super old stuff, but I don't fortunately have to do with it very much. And that comes from the days when computers were of the age of you would rent or people would get charged per sort of CPU cycle.
Well, with COM full circle, because of course that's how it works nowadays with cloud computing.
Yes.
I'm back.
God, you're jumping in VR, Shalka.
Yeah.
Oh, you might be lucky. Some people don't get VR sick at all. Some people get VR sick instantly, and I've seen that, and it's horrible.
I've only gotten VR sick once. Fucking Half-Life Alyx.
Really? That's a shame.
Oh yeah, that game, it has problems with it.
Yeah. I remember the movie 300. I was watching it, and there was like a flashing scene, and I felt like a slight discomfort. And the next thing I realized, an epilepsy person was convulsing because they didn't get off that light from that scene.
I actually had a similar thing at a park with some flashing, and I felt uncomfortable. Well, I thought it was funny. Wait, and the woman didn't think it was funny either. Hey!
So is it worth me spending the next 10 minutes setting my wheel up and getting the game running, or are you closing down soon?
Well, no, there's about 90 minutes left. I like this game. So, I said I've been very busy the whole day, but this game recharges me as I play it because it's so lightweight.
Relaxed.
Yeah, it's just like watch my tracks out, and especially with the steering wheel, the knob on it. It's just so awesome.
You stop playing with your knob.
No, spinning my knob, spinning it, licking the ends. Yeah, it's whack.
Dora.
No, Dora's not licked the end of my knob. The worst one, Kevin, I bought, Rise of the Dragon, it might have been called. It was a adventure game, but I bought the 5.25 version because it was much cheaper by accident. And I had to work out a way to pirate it. So I had to install it and then get the pirate version to work and then copy that back. Like, because college had 5.25 drives, but I didn't at that point. So I had to work out how to pirate the bloody game.
My very first download from the internet was ASCII art from... Oh, fuck.
A BBS, probably.
That sounds familiar.
My best download was from a German bulletin board, and it was a little program. And when you ran it, it asked you what user on Novo Network you wanted to give super user privileges. So we had a bit of fun with this until I typed in star. Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. Well, the fun part was I got into trouble and a letter from Network going, what was it? Where did you get it from? So because they had to contact Network going, we don't know what to do. Everybody on our entire network now has super user privileges, and I was like, oops. Yeah, good old. It boggles my mind that essentially it was spoofing the packet going out. So as far as the server was concerned, the packet was coming. That packet could only be sent by an administrator account. There was no. Well, was it actually an administrator account? It just sent it.
Yeah.
There was an old forum. Well, it wasn't even a forum. I think it was a message board.
Yeah, BBS.
Bulletin board.
No, this was another one.
No, BBS is a bulletin board system. That's what they all were. There were thousands
This
upon
might-
thousands of these.
Oh, right, sorry, I think you meant the actual website. I was like,
No.
Website.
I'm sure there is a
No, this
BBS.com.
predates websites.
And it literally dealt with everything like illegal but not illegal. So you had like the games and all sorts on there, and how to hack and telephone freaking and fucking how to call internationally for free from a payphone and all that. I can't remember the name of it, but that site was
Black
freaking
box.
awesome.
Black boxing, blue
boxing,
boxing, freaking.
Blue
yeah.
box.
Jay, do you want to know how to do phone calls for free? I'll give you a hint, and it still works these days, if you'd like to know.
Use your neighbour's phone.
No, if you get arrested, you get one phone call for free. Little life hack for you there.
Dial international.
Follow Adam's advice.
I think you can type in if you like, yeah. Please note, I am not a lawyer.
I'd like to call Antarctica, please.
Well, no, I think you just type the number yourself. I don't think you just say, they just let you ring it. Just ring the speaking
Can I call
clock.
my mommy?
Remember the speaking
Where'd she
clock?
live?
On the third stroke, the time sponsored by Accurus will be... precisely.
2.5 million bananas.
Do you know what? That would probably be the only number that I would call just to see the copper's reaction.
Just ring the speaking clock.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to check whether I can make the request video done.
Are you going to do Wreckfest in VR as well?
Is that supported?
No.
I don't know.
God. Wreckfest on the motion platform in VR, I said before, I'd have a hard time being able to play any other game.
What is just something with the shell?
I'll just see what sorry, I forgot. Yeah, I wouldn't want to play anything else. That would just be, so I spent all evening doing would just be in Wreckfest in VR.
Can you do me a favor and push this branch that's behind over into the land so that I can cut it?
Yeah, just turning. I can try.
Does Leave for Speed use the same Sunday driving slots?
We can do Live for Speed. I'm quite happy. It's just no is the answer.
Oh,
Isn't it?
okay.
Let me
All right, I'll
let me
just
lower
harvester.
the mower. Oh, it is lower.
All right, yeah.
Oh no, it's not L-Scheme 1. Yeah,
There you
no,
go.
I said the best thing about Live for Speed was you guys all got better at racing. You got significantly better at cornering, apexes,
Oh, yeah.
braking lines. It was awesome seeing you guys
Thank you.
progress. And I like Live for Speed. I need to spend some time with Live for Speed getting the motion platform to work, as I found it didn't. I don't know why. There was something weird about it.
Last time I played Need for Speed, it was
Live.
Fox.
Live for Speed, not Need for Speed.
Oh,
Live for Speed
Boy.
is an ultra realistic driving simulator. Like the most realistic.
and where do I get this?
www.liveforspeed.net. Actually, it might be lfs.net, I can't remember. Yeah, we've done it a few times on stream. But yeah, we can slot that in next week. I'm happy to. We've got a gap on Tuesday or something. But it's also so yeah.
Yes.
While we are all here, discussion point. So Need for Speed. No Man's Sky finally has the thing I was waiting for. So it's getting DLSS for VR, which is an absolute game changer for VR. Now, no one in their right mind would buy an AMD video card for VR. That is massive. And No Man's Sky is the first game to support it. But if we go back to No Man's Sky, my question is, how do we want to do it? Do we want to start again on more difficult? Do we want to start again on easy? Do we want to carry on from where we were? Which is essentially
Can I
where we
ask a
were. We had
question?
unlimited money, but we had to do. We were on the Quicksilver quests by that point.
What one is No Man's Sky? Is that the one where you're flying around in the ship, or is that the one where you go from planet to planet and get resources?
Well, that's just both of
That's
those.
the one where you check out that this planet has these kind of dinosaurs.
No Man's Sky is the one with the 1970s science fiction book cover aesthetic.
I can find it and Steam. My Steam list is too long.
Begins with an N.
My Steam list
Wait,
is too long.
you think your
Sir.
Steam list is too long?
I think I'm up to 700 at the moment, but yours is
Has somebody invoked
It's still too long.
my Steam list?
But yeah,
John,
how,
you- accepted, I think.
Steam list doesn't count.
but how did we want to play? Did we want to carry on from where we were? Because I've still got my game. Well, I hope I don't. So I've still got access to just basically as much money as any of you want. You just have to go to my base and sell all my stuff. So we did spend quite a lot of time playing it. Or do we want to try again on the more difficult survival difficulties, or do we just want to go and just do loads of what do we call it, hulks and Quicksilver quests and stuff?
I would like to be able to carry on completing some of the quests that I've done on that. I might only a little way into it, but I've never actually completed the storyline on that one.
Oh, neither have I. God, get some to you. That's
Oh.
bored of that.
No, that's not a storyline.
It is. There's the Atlas storyline, the Explorer storyline, the there's
It's
about
the one where I go
there's about
to
3.
the international hub or site and talk to a load of people, and then go all the little side missions and go and rescue people. That's a storyline.
There are lots of storylines in the game. One of them is get to the centre of the universe, and when you do that, you then start up a new universe with a new scene. And it's like some people are on to like universe 10 or something, but essentially the more the new universe, but the more universes you create, the less likely you are to see anyone. But yeah, DLSS should mean full detail in VR on G2. I'm like, I know AMD does have it coming, but they still haven't pushed it out yet. I forgot what they're calling it. Do you remember his name?
No.
Ah. My God, though, it's taken NVIDIA long enough to get it out for VR, though. Thank goodness they did, because that's a real change.
Here, let me move that harvester for you.
No, it's alright. I'm nearly full. I can't remember if I did it in VR. No, I didn't. Never mind. Did you try the Fortress Craft demo in VR, Schalke? One pinned in the VR channel? It's worth a look. So it's basically all of the nice stuff from Fortress Craft just in a little demo world. But it's not actually Fortress Craft, it was just kind of me going, hey, shall I do this? And about 6 people went, oh my God, yes! Like, well, I need more like 6,000 of you to be that excited, unfortunately.
Incrementing it one at a time.
You've gone to super quiet now, I can't hear you.
You need higher frequencies in order to
No,
understand.
you're too quiet. You're clear, but quiet. Soul wood.
Get arrested for that.
Now check it out.
No, you're still quiet. You're still.
Back in a minute.
But yeah, Brett and I have 2 VR games on the go that I want to finish at some point. I don't think they'll do well, but like No Man's has done all right, I guess. And it's one of those that I've been said to talk before. If we get enough games on Steam, it kind of doesn't matter if they sell well or not. Like if you get enough games on Steam, you're just making enough money to live on. Why is this not giving me the offload option? Esmia, on the top left it says start overloading, but it's
Try
not.
switching to the trailer.
It gave me the option on the top left, but not the bottom right, the bottom middle.
Well, that's odd. Yeah, try switching the.
No, I switched and the other
There you go.
dialogue popped up, but I don't know why I had to do that particularly.
So I was on the phone earlier to a buddy, sorting out some server shit for him. And after about 20 minutes being on the phone to him, I realised I was pushing my push to talk button to talk to him on the phone.
Over.
It was like, what the fuck am I doing that for?
So if we buy a pressure washer, do we get to carry it around? Is it just a magical hand implement?
No. Although I don't know if we can move it.
No, the only way to move it is to sell it and replace it.
Oh. Wait, what is it then? I'm confused.
It's an object that you place in the world.
Wait, and you can't move objects?
Not, of course, no.
You
So
can
you
sell
place
that.
are things like barns, buildings, and certain machines.
But it doesn't affect our repair or handling or damage or anything.
If we clean them, it does. If we pressure wash our vehicles, they will break down less.
Like, it improves the reliability of them because they ain't caked in shit. In getting rusty and corroded and shit. I don't know how much of a difference it makes though.
To be fair, we did use the mowers, all this up for a lot of time before it got knackered. And it's not that hard for us to just drive the vehicles past Esmia and she goes repair, 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 repair.
We could always get a workshop and stick a workshop somewhere, and then that way we don't have to pay for repairs.
And how much does that cost?
No idea, can't remember.
I'm looking right now.
That's one of those, yes we
A
could, but
workshop is 28,000. A pressure washer is 4,500.
I would say both are probably worth every penny.
well, I can't remember how much the repairs were last time we did it at the end of the stream.
Quite a bit.
You're probably looking at a couple of grand at the time.
I don't know, do we wanted that before or after our second tractor? Also, no, you answered my question about No Man's Sky. You all got distracted.
There was something called expeditions. Was that in when we last played?
Yes, expeditions are the Quicksilver missions, aren't they?
I think so, but there's something else that they added to it.
Oh yeah, they've constantly added stuff.
They added some huge content, and I was like, "Is that what you were talking about?" You were, no.
No, it was the DLSS.
But you said it was part of it.
Yeah, the DLSS was the bit. But I didn't want to go back and play it at 40 frames a second on medium detail. I want to go back and play it at 90 frames a second on maximum detail. It's the first time in a long time. I mean, I know that we both have our Team Red, Team Green, but this is the first time in a huge amount of time there's actually been a reason to pick one video card over another. Because AMD, NVIDIA have been going about RTX for ages, but realistically, who gives a shit? But if you can say our VR implementation is 4 times faster than AMD's, that is a major thing. And it's good to see for once that there is actually a reason to pick NVIDIA, and AMD's need to catch up. Definitely, I know they've got one coming. I can't remember what it's called. Because AMD was the one to go for if you wanted variable refresh rate for a while, because G-Sync was not very well supported and expensive, and then AMD had that. But, that's now generic, thankfully. I don't think NVIDIA have got. I know AMD call it variable shader rate, but I don't think Intel. I don't think NVIDIA's got an equivalent. I know they've got foveated rendering tech, but I don't think it's actually out yet. I've only played one DLSS game until now, and that was Fortnite.
Gaming super resolution.
Is that not the same as DS?
That's now they just patented that. Patented what? They should have trademarked it. That's the name that they picked, is gaming super resolution.
So that's their deep learning, super sampling, real time upscaling thing.
I'm looking into it right now.
Like now, this is the thing is, it's a bit like killer apps. Now I'm very glad I have an NVIDIA card, but if I had an AMD card, I'd probably not run out and buy an NVIDIA card just for that. It's not enough of a killer app to make you switch teams.
Oh, they're calling it Fidelity FX Super Resolution, FSR.
Ah, yeah, because Fidelity FX is just, that's loads of stuff. That's contrast adaptive sharpening and...
So they filed the patent back in November of 2019, and they just published it like 10 days, no, a week ago.
What, the patent or the...
The patent filing was published a week ago.
Yeah, because obviously, NVIDIA have just announced that publicly the DLSS is out for VR, and so that is a game changer. If you're a VR person, there is no way you would pick an AMD one. Not a genuinely either quadruple the frame rate or quadruple the resolution. You can have either. So that's something they're going to want to catch up with as quickly as possible.
Looks like sites are pretty much comparing it to a FreeSync versus G-Sync battle. They're saying AMD's tech is more open and it's supposed to work really well.
Oh yeah.
While NVIDIA's is a closed design, but potentially a little bit more effective.
DLSS is even more than that. You need to actually get permission from them. That you need to train it on their supercomputers. Yeah. It's very, very close, but it's now quote unquote just part of Unreal. So it's getting better, but yeah, it isn't. It is very, very much close. Or I'd be using it. To me, it's just a no-brainer.
I think I saw somewhere mentioned something about Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah, UE5's just been publicly released, and it's got DLSS.
It just bogs down the best computers.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was talking with somebody on one of the channels the other day about the Lumen tech. I'm like, it's not for games. This shit you're seeing. This is not game tech. This is rendering tech for films. So if you've seen The Mandalorian, all the backgrounds and special effects are all done in Unreal, and that's what they're going for, because there is that's a lot of money. Like, games are big money, but films, that's big money. So that's what they're going after. Please don't grab mine, EJ. I think I've run out of grass I can safely mow. One man went to mow a meadow, and he ran up.
You have mowed a load, but you've left a load laying about as well.
Your face was laying around. I didn't complain. Yeah, when I've left stuff behind, that means I've done a sharp turn and the mower's not the...
Yeah. So, what are we planting, if any?
That's growing barley, I believe, in that field.
Did we want to buy those tractors?
I don't know. I know we need another tractor. I'm very, very sure on the fact we need another tractor. All other things are
How many we've got?
one.
Yeah.
We need this tractor for everything. Apart from drive along with the combine harvester. I mean, I can just push time forwards until the field is ready to harvest.
Do we want to do a contract maybe? Oh my god, all the high-paying ones are gone.
You've done the contract. There's a couple there for 10 grand, but they're not very. Oh, never mind. That's cotton. Which, in saying that, might be worth it for the
Cotton's
exit.
not too bad.
And you get 2 harvesters for that one as well, so that might be. Where's field
Do
13?
you want to go take on that field with me?
Is it 2
Yeah,
harvesters
can
and the thing? So is it 3 vehicles or just 2?
2 harvesters and a lorry with a picker-upper.
Yeah, if you go for that, I can grab the third one. We can all sing just farming songs. Oh
Oh
man,
my god,
Alexa's not plugged in. I can't even ask her about farming songs.
Why is there a pallet here and stuff? Oh well.
Did you accept the quest? Oh, you did accept the
I
quest.
did.
Cool. Why is my sticky thing not working?
I like the way this game has completely fake physics. So SnowRunner's got fairly good physics, but this just goes on a hill 4 miles an hour. There's no wheel slip, it just detects the hill you're on and slows you down by a bunch.
I can't find the map button.
It's 1. Purple 1.
I think
Oh, we're on field 13. So just up the
that's
hill.
not far. Okay.
it is purple one. Thank you. Button 21 is still my favourite. It feels awesome going, I should select my rear tool. Why is it saying I do not have access to this land? What does it think I'm doing?
You've most probably got your front tool or your back tool still enabled, turned on, or lowered, or muffled.
You get your front thing selected. Your back thing.
I have my front tool selected.
Oh, these fucking stupid AI drivers.
Well, why
see
were
it?
you centered in the lane?
Because
Whoa.
I'm gonna take the far end and just start going up and down.
I'm gonna drive Optimus Prime again.
Like, I'm gonna be going just side to side, I guess, against where this road is.
So we're going latitudinally or longitudinally?
Diagonally.
Yes.
But different ones.
The east-west, so perpendicular to the road, to
Cool.
the dirt road.
So shall I start at this end and meet you in the
Yep.
middle?
Yeah.
I have a question.
You do.
What is your question?
Why have we got an on-road truck to come and do this with? Also, I've got a new option, operating position.
Because it's not intended to go out into the field.
Whoops, whoops.
Uh-oh.
Who's in?
You might want to be a bit careful with that truck. It goes very fast.
No, it doesn't. But I have a question, Jay. What does this button do?
Lifts and lowers your hub on the back. I don't know what
Because
button it is.
what's going to happen is you're going to have to sit on the road, and we're going to have to back our trucks up to it and drop the bale of cotton next to the rear of your truck so that yours can pull it in.
It's beer. Portable stunt jump.
Oh, yes, it does.
I can't tell if this. Oh, it is harvesting. Okay.
So I can't drive alongside you.
No, we dump our shit out the back. Our thing's literally just a shit a bale of cotton.
I look forward to watching that.
And you can carry 2 of them.
Can we?
Because I do have
No,
a.
his truck.
I've got like caterpillar treads on the back of it, like tank treads on the back of it.
On
The trailer that he's carrying.
oh, it might have a picker-upper on it then.
Well, no,
Yes, it picks it. He backs up to the bale and it picks it up and hauls it in.
Ooh.
Cool. Wait. Backs up. That does not go very well. But the tank treads are on the underside. Can I drive around with this up? Yeah, I can. Brilliant. I'm probably not supposed to, but I can. Autobot rollout.
I tell you what, that non-automatic reversing pedals is so nice.
Just relaxing, just sitting here, being back in my chair, watching my minions. So cotton. Oh, this might be a bit racist, this game. I've just realised.
Oh, bollocks. I missed a bit.
This is I've mentioned this before. This is one of the things I do like about No Man's Sky. Is it is people complained about it when it came out because it wasn't space combat-y. It was a very relaxing experience. Just I used to like, even in 2D, just watching the sun come up on an alien planet. Doing it in VR, it is a sublime experience. You know, you're building a base and then you just watch an alien sunrise. It's amazing. And I like that in this, not the alien bit, but just the I'm just chilling out and just watching stuff. It's nice to have variety in games. It's something said, you know, Max and I had a discussion about is games without any murdering in them, games with 0 death. And it's super hard to think of any. I mean, Wreckfest definitely has violence, even if it has no death, but this has no violence at all. Transport
I wonder
hundreds of people don't forget
No
it.
Man's Sky still crashes after 20 minutes in VR for me.
I don't know. I mean, if it does, I will certainly let Griff know. That is his. That's his purview.
That was a problem. I tried everything to get rid of that. I mean, I had, reinstalled my graphics driver. I tried every single driver that I had downloaded all the way back for like a year back, and back to times when it was definitely working. And I tried, reverting Steam VR back as well. And I tried doing everything I could and could not get it to stop crashing. The conclusion I came down to was must have been a Windows update broke it.
That wouldn't surprise me.
A game update.
Zebra, possibly not, because most of my game will be going through quite thick and horrible weather. One of the things about the game I'm designing is players can't make decisions by themselves. The commander has to give them the information they need. What's also interesting in this game is I've got, like, the cotton disappears very, very quickly into just a shit texture.
Farming simulator, you are a green plants. Don't plant lives matter.
No, they don't.
I mean, you're not a mossist. You live your life licking moss.
No, I don't think I've ever eaten... Actually, no, I've probably eaten lichen. Or at least I can imagine what lichen tastes like, given what it smells like. Earthy.
I have eaten some shit over the years. Some of it I really don't want to remember.
It's one of those things like
That's
it.
not a good idea.
I once did a survival course and ate some really awful shit. And no.
Well, see, the thing about that is they don't actually check if you get, like, pizza delivered.
Oh, these people did. Like, there was no way of getting pizza delivered where I was.
I think you're underestimating Uber Eats will deliver anywhere. They'll charge. Well, he said they'll charge you, but they'll deliver anywhere.
As long as you've got longitude and latitude.
As long as you've got GPS.
And use what, 3 words?
Do you remember the old days when, at all points, we didn't have a thing on us telling us where we were in the world?
Yes.
What the hell are you talking about?
Sorry, people
I
who
was
don't have
very
Windows
mad.
phones. Sorry.
And compass.
Oh, sorry, I thought you meant like a device that we could be tracked on.
Well, we also have that, but more importantly, it lets us see where we are in the world at all points.
Yeah, I go with Esme on that one. I had a map and compass. I knew exactly where I was all the time.
Right, you had a map of the entire world with you at all times.
Of my local location, yes.
Yes, region. I used to love studying regional maps, just looking at the topography and all sorts of things.
I've got some absolutely awesome nautical maps going back to the 1600s.
I used to
like
have
Here
one of
Be
my
Dragons?
walls plastered with a map of Australia.
Here be sea monsters.
Here be Jay's breakfast.
This area quite piratey.
There are piratey areas on some of the maps.
How come none of you have shit out a brick yet?
I'm only at
Because
18%.
this field was never fertilized or any of the other stuff that improves the crop yield.
Nope. Yeah. I do miss a lot of things from the old days. There's a lot of skills been lost.
Well, I discovered this when we were playing Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, and I'm like, right, I only remember like 3 bits of Morse code, and that's not very helpful.
No.
Yep,
See,
yep.
when I was using it near enough day in, day out, I could write all that off.
Well, I used to. I mean, I did get my, what's the one below the ham operator license? Like, low-range CB operator. I had that one. I couldn't use, like, high-powered ones or UHF ones, or I could just use the other one. I can't remember the hell it's called now.
I know the one you mean.
And it was a ham
Dave
operator
and I both
license.
got.
I can't
Dave and I
remember.
both
It
got
was a
amateur
ham radio, but it was a class of radio.
Yeah, it was the lowest one, but yeah, you had to do Morse code for it.
Yeah.
Like,
That wasn't the only thing that I had to learn. Yeah, we had semaphore as well. That was wow.
Wow,
you-
who the
you-
fuck learned semaphore?
You definitely knew who the pufters were with semaphore. In a nice way. Like, you could see the people that were very feminine and done it very camp, and then there was the masculine men that were like fucking robots. And then you had the people that just didn't give a fuck. Did you do semaphore in service, Esme?
God, no.
Really?
It was considered like the archaic foundation of army signal, and like, yeah, just leave it to be left in history. It's not even fucking worth, we know what semaphore is, but we don't touch that.
We actually had to use that, and when I went over to the cadets, part of it was teaching semaphore. Like, every single one of our cadets had to know Morse code, semaphore, and
What the fuck else? Smoke signals too?
Swedish.
no, I can't think of the name of it now. The international flags on the back of the ships.
I require a tug.
Basically, yeah. Like, there's a series of flags that you put up on the back of the vessels for communications. A bit like semaphore, but these are actual flags with meanings.
Oh yeah,
For
I require a tug
example,
as one of them.
The time, no, like HMS Warrior has its name as Warrior and flags.
If only there was some way of using letters to spell out a word. Wouldn't that be much easier than a bunch of flags?
Well, the idea was that these flags were commander on board, all captains to this vessel, giving simple instructions to
A
local
warning.
ship without, anything just to give like local
Like, this is
instructions
a
without
plague
broad-
ship.
Meaning carried on a
I mean,
single symbol, like an icon.
Yeah, even plate ship.
That's useful
And if
these
the ships
days.
have multiple crew, it would be small enough that everybody would be expected to know what they mean.
I'm sure there's an
Problem
app
with
for your
the
phone.
letters is that people speak different languages.
Well, yeah, basically this was it. Like you could have a Spanish ship talking to a French ship. The flags all meant exactly the same thing.
I guarantee you there's an app for your phone. You can just point it at the flags and tell you what they mean. If not, we could do it and we can call it Fun with Flags.
That sounds like something that my brother-in-law might actually know because he's a flag fanatic. It's so weird.
Is your brother Sheldon?
No, my brother-in-law.
Yeah, but is his name Sheldon? Was he famous in a TV show?
No, he just really likes flags.
How much does he like flags? I've got a box of them in my
He
spare room.
really likes flags.
I've
Wait,
got
hold
a box
on.
of them in my spare room. Do you want them?
Do you have a
Full
flag?
achievement.
You got an achievement?
False flag operation.
Wah wah. So, I'll just keep repeating myself as someone responds. So, how do we feel? How do we want to play No Man's Sky when we go back to it with VR with the
I'd like
DLSS
to like
patch?
throwing everything in the bin.
Throwing everything in and starting again.
Yeah, I think what's over.
I guess I don't so much care about the progression, so it's the same to me whether we start from the beginning.
Well, no, because stuff like
I
the
have one question
Hulk.
with regards to that.
the Hulks and
His
stuff.
question is, are we playing on normal or survival or what?
And are we starting where we left off? If we are, that's also
Well, I mean, that's bound to what style. Is it normal or survival? Because those, you can't play, somebody in survival cannot play with somebody in normal.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
So my
What's
only
survival
question
weapon?
is, if we start again, do I lose all of my progress in my game so far?
Well, no,
Like,
it's just a different save
I-
slot.
Yeah, just keep it in a different save.
Right. Okay. That
Or
was
you
my
could do
only
like me and just keep backups of your saves in archives and never go back to them. But you can always be safe in the knowledge that you have it backed up somewhere. And can
'Cause-
always go back to it at any moment, just like my GTA San Andreas save.
I did have a problem before because I did play it on the survival mode before, and my starting position wasn't possible. I got to my ship, and then I couldn't find enough, whatever the lift-off fuel is, in range, because I could leave the ship, and then obviously my hazard starts to go down, but I couldn't find enough to get the ship to take off, and it was the same thing to recharge my suit. So I actually ended up in sort of a death spiral. But yeah, we have got to the point in our current game where money is almost entirely irrelevant. And bear in mind, if we do stick on the current difficulty, we don't all have to restart, because some of us can carry on. Just if I don't, that means you get access to literally unlimited money.
I've
Within limits.
got
Good, Eddie.
reasonable amounts of money. I've got quite a few multi-million-pound ships.
I don't have anything.
Oh, that's adorable.
Bless. Unfortunately, I think we're going to miss the frigate, sadly. So you can get the Normandy as the frigate, if you're a Mass Effect fan.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not.
And my most recent run in that game was in survival mode, and I I started to store my money as items, like those fusion igniters and stuff like that. The things that are worth 15 million each. I had stacks of them. I was scrapping so many ships for parts that I had parts that were worth like 50 or 100 million each.
So, as someone that's how can I put it? Played the game a lot, but not actually achieved fuck all because he was doing it with other people who not very explanatory. What is the difference between the survival mode and the other mode?
It's just harder. You've got to recharge your stuff a lot more. You actually have to pay attention to
Your
it.
inventory is limited. Like stack sizes are smaller.
I mean, I think we should probably go back to the current difficulty, and if we enjoy it, next time we play it through, go on to the harder one.
I like normal. After playing survival, I prefer normal.
Yeah. But I'm at the point in the last time we played it, I essentially turned the game into an idle game. So every day or so, I'd log on and then just amass all of my stuff out of my mining rigs and sell it. But got to the point where I was easily making like 80 million a sale. It just got ridiculous. And all I had to do was log on, empty all the silos, and then just that was it. Yeah. But then you see
that was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah,
just put more silos in if you missed it.
Yeah, money becomes irrelevant at that point. It then becomes Quicksilver is what you care about. You know, that's the next stage of the game where you're worrying about trying to get a bigger and a better ship and custom ships and living ships and all that stuff.
Living ships. There's pets in there as well now.
Is there? Oh, you can tame
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh my god, and you can ride them?
Yeah.
You can eat them?
Ride.
Ride them.
Okay.
We'll just read them, damn it.
So like people that are
Scruffy.
sitting in the anomaly hub, they'll usually summon out their biggest ones or whatever.
I always get my big one out.
But honestly,
Reading up.
in No Man's Sky in VR, just being there, I've just spent time, just half an hour or more, just sat at the station, just watching the ships fly in. In VR, it's just unbelievable. Really, really, really is. I remember Esme and I were looking for a better ship, so we just fly, I don't know, like half a mile apart, just flying over the landscape, just looking at it, looking for a ship, and it's just like, this is amazing.
And it's great in VR because you're just peeking out over the side of your ship, just looking.
Does it work
like
with a
a ship?
steering
It's like, I'm going to stop and look at
Does
that.
it work with a steering wheel? Probably quite badly, but
Watch out for that tree.
in theory,
George
yes.
of the jungle.
In practice, I wouldn't.
No, it just seems as though all the games that we played recently work with steering wheels. So I thought I'd ask.
We have done a lot
I
of
would
steering stuff.
imagine that like the cars in the game would, but
Yeah, I'd probably just stick with an Xbox pad.
yeah.
Except for us VR users. Yeah, the future.
Oh my god, fucking exo vehicles are such a pain in VR.
Yeah, I can't. They're too jolty and make me just.
The mech is like using. Oh my god, driving a mech while in Pancake is a fucking pleasure. But you go into VR and it's like, oh fuck me, I'm not doing this.
Is Ark a game that you consider for streaming?
We did Ark, and it's just it's alright.
Well,
just-
you tried client hosting, which is like
that really
a
wasn't the
fucking
issue.
nightmare.
That
That
really
should
wasn't
never
the.
be- that should never be allowed.
It really wasn't the problem though. Was the hosting? It just didn't grab me.
I've never played the desert version. I would like to give that a go if anyone
Scorched
knows.
Earth.
Yeah.
Like Valheim, you know, it's very similar in a lot of ways, and it's got dinosaurs thing into it. That novelty wore off for Ark like, whatever, 5 years ago. Because I watched people play it, going, "Oh, cool, you can get dinosaurs and ride them." And then I actually saw how fucking janky riding dinosaurs was, and went, "Yeah, okay, yeah, you haven't really gone to town on this, have you?"
Well, there's always Conan Exiles.
Is that on Game Pass now or Epic? I think it might be
I
one
don't
of the
know.
games on Epic next month.
It's really cheap on Steam right now, though.
I'm
And it's free to play for a week.
I'm pretty sure it's about to land on Game Pass.
Well, they just finalized their expansion, so that's finally
That's
out.
probably why.
I didn't even
So-
realize the expansion was even in early access.
So Conan's
It's
another
Conan.
Rust-style
Never.
game rather than Warcraft-style MMO.
I have never played Rust either.
Rust, Ark, Valheim,
That's-
they're all exactly the same with minor tweaks.
Right.
But
So
Conan is another one of those style games because there was an earlier Conan that was more of a Warcraft MMO, wasn't there?
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
Age of Conan.
So we got Conan, Age of Conan, and Conan Age of Exiles. Brilliant. What's that one called? Conan Age of that girl he met.
Ages.
Age of Ages.
Itchy balls.
Age of How old is Conan?
I'm
Age of saggy
pretty
muscles.
sure there was a Conan game for the Sinclair, wasn't there?
There was Barbarian, and then there was Barbarian Ultimate Warrior, one done by Palace, one done by Psygnosis, one of which was brilliant.
Yeah, they were trying to bank on the
film.
Arnold movie.
Right, K. Overlin, I would describe Ark and Rust as the same game. They are just in the same way. Dota and League of Legends are the same. I know they're different, but they are similar enough. So you could pick up one. You've got your micro
It's the
accounts,
survival
MOBA.
Yeah.
style.
but mostly it's the same.
I can't remember what my cruise control button is.
You click the wheel down. What, you don't? Yeah, you've got the HAC. Yeah, you click the wheel down.
What will?
The cruise control wheel to the left of the joystick.
That makes life easier. Yeah, I forgot about that thing. I was looking on the steering wheel.
The cruise control is almost literally one of my favourite things about this game. All the game needs to be better is to have stalks for indicators and cruise control.
I would
Yes.
absolutely friggin' love this sight wheel if it had an indicator stalk on it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure you know the three lower yellows for me. So it's a bit light. We can't really see it on the street, but we've got indicate left, indicate right, and hazards is the middle one. And I love that. That's more than Forza's got, for heaven's sake. How are you guys doing? You haven't done any bales of cotton.
73%.
It's so hard
66%.
not to make any racist jokes with you guys doing that.
So don't make racist jokes.
Yeah, but you're picking cotton, so it's very easy to accidentally make one.
I do actually know some old
Men?
songs
pickers?
from that sort of era.
No
Well,
thanks.
Let me tell you a slightly related story. So we got some chocolate, and this is dark chocolate, and it's by a company, and it's called Tony's. But they are committed to slavery-free chocolate, which is absolutely, it's a very, very, very noble thing. The thing is, I don't really have any clue how prevalent slavery is in chocolate. I don't know. I don't know whether it's 1%, which is still too much, or 10% or 90%. I have honestly no idea how big a problem they are tackling. More importantly, though, the chocolate they do is it's Belgian chocolate. And I don't think there's much slavery in Belgium at the best of times. I think we're pretty much okay with your claim that this is slavery-free chocolate. Nice chocolate, though.
I suppose free. Is it? Do you mean fair trade?
It's fair trade. It's a little bit above and beyond fair trade, because with fair trade you could be dealing with a fair trade company who have slaves. Like they're fair trade certified, but you know, it's a problem in Africa and South America more than anything else. But my point was, this was guaranteed slave-free chocolate from Belgium, which Jim and I have.
Sounds like a problem like
Yeah,
with
so-
companies like Nestle.
You're
You know.
you're saying that it might be Belgian chocolate, but where was the cocoa grown?
I believe Belgium. I think that's what this
I
was
bel-
going on. But
Pretty sure cocoa is a tropical plant.
I have to
yeah,
say,
I don't think you would make it in
I
Belgium.
wasn't
Grown
that
in
in,
Belgium.
I wasn't that impressed with the chocolate. I think the slavery might make it taste a little bit better, but you know, I'll save my judgment for other flavors. That's a joke, by the way. I didn't mean that. That's absolutely a joke.
Oh no, that's not to be appalled.
Your mother's
You know
what?
a joke bad when
I'm
you
a
have
best
to
not to be appalled.
Ah.
Up to. It's a joke.
Oh my god, this thing has the worst horn ever. How if I go into internal view? The horn.
75%.
I can't even describe the horn. It just sounds like a.
That's the
Groundhog.
point. The horn in SnowRunner. When you hold the button down for horn in SnowRunner, it doesn't continuously fucking horn.
No, it's a sample, not a loop. From experience, looping horn samples is really difficult. It's a horn's like a DTMF. It's multiple tones
GTA,
together.
it seems done it just fine.
Yes. Remember, I taught the guy, the lead audio tech at Rockstar, everything he knows. That was one of our. I think it's very hard to get right though.
Well, that explains so
Hugh
much.
is genius. Hugh is I love him. If you're watching Hugh, I miss you, man. Come back down to the south. But yeah, it's really hard to get looping horns that sound right and don't sound like da 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 da. But this is the worst thing ever. Jay, have you got
So
this?
could you
Jay?
not create like a synthesized horn?
That sounds like a real one? Yes, you could.
Yes.
How hard is it? Very. But yeah, you'd need to take each of the subtones and play them out. Esme, you've got your sound on, yeah?
Sorry, were you saying since I was talking to Bud?
Have you got your game sound on?
Yes.
Do I like my horn?
Wow, it's really quiet.
And it goes. "Brr, brr." It just sounds like ground hum. That's the worst bit.
Oh my god, it does.
It's just like. "Brr."
Is it an air horn that's run out of air?
Yeah, I might want to check that compressor.
I'll come over to you, Jay, and I'll play it. I think you got your sound down, but it just sounds like ground hum.
It's just an electronic buzz, like a deep buzz.
Oh, I can't see that one. Oh, wrong vehicle. There you go, Jay. That's my horn.
Hang on.
Oh, it's shitting out a brick.
Oh shit.
Oh, you're not. Oh, you're animating. You hear my horn?
Oh, that's fucking horrible.
It's like a headphone cable, and the headphone's just a bit knackered. And does that when you move it around. Yeah. Yeah, Zebra, it's like someone described the horn to somebody else, and then they did the sound effect of it.
That's similar to what I was talking about, like just making a fake
Yeah.
tone.
Well, I mean, I found this working in the games industry is that even sound people are sometimes, they don't know what the hell they're doing. So one time I asked somebody for a turbo whine to play over a turbo, and he sent me something. I'm like, what's this? He goes, oh, it's a recording of a boat that's not in the water, and I've pitched it up. I'm like, what? How's that anything like a turbo whistle? In the end, I may have sampled a Boeing 747
Why
from...
not just take a Dremel tool?
Yeah, but...
Spin that up.
Well, what I did is I sampled from YouTube the trailer to the film Airplane, which has the sound of a 747 idling. There you go. Topped and tailed it, filtered
Are we
it.
right?
Oh, I've done worse than that, but always with the express permission / orders of the managing director.
Right.
On Gumball Rally, I was basically they said we need things like transmission, and I'm like, that's not very easy to record. But Codemasters have managed it, and I'm like, yeah.
Wait. What was Gumball Rally for?
PS2.
That's a console-only game, right?
PS2 only. I think it came out. Gumball Rally 3000. First game I worked on. Not my best.
Yeah, but I mean, it's what? It's based on the
Based
on the
on
actual.
the Gumball Rally, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I got permission from the managing director to rip the sounds out of Colin McRae 5 and put them in the game. And I fiddled them around, put a bit of distortion so it wasn't that easy to tell. Next company I worked for was Criterion, and then the one after that was Codemasters. And I mentioned that they went, we knew. We heard them, we're like, that's our transmission sound. And if Gumball Rally had sold in significant quantities, Codemasters were going to sue us. But it didn't. It was a complete flop. But I said to the manager, I said, I can do this. I said, I'm not doing it without you emailing me specifically saying you need to do this. I am not doing it. No way. Oh, Esmea's coming towards me. Run!
She's a little bit higher than what I am, so you should be getting a shitty brick.
Pop.
Oh, it's a boy.
Would you like to go forwards, Esmea?
The fucking button is it?
Well, do you not want to park in the right place and then press the shit button? I mean, unless you guys trust me reversing an Arctic suddenly.
Not particularly.
Okay, it's button 9. There we go.
But you do need to practice, and it isn't our equipment, so...
After you rolling the vehicle, oh, what did you do? Oh yeah, you cleared the icy bit and then just flipped the vehicle around over the top. Oh my god. A, I want to climb inside that. B, what the fuck with the physics? And C, that looks delicious. And what the fuck was that
Right?
physics?
It's like a fucking marshmallow. Wait, what the hell?
Well,
Oh, damn it.
Oh, I
It was
forgot.
just remaining open.
I had giant American marshmallows delivered tonight. I might go get some.
I mentioned before about the one I got some marshmallows, and on them they said 100% guaranteed fat-free. I'm like, of course it is. It's pure sugar. That's
Pure sugar.
yeah. Well, of course it's fat-free.
I
It's
didn't-
pure sugar. It's like saying, oh, this anthrax is guaranteed potassium-free. Like, brilliant. But yeah, it was the way they were desperately trying to make it sound just a little bit healthy. And it's not. Marshmallow's not in the slightest bit healthy. It's pure sugar. But, you know, there's no fat in it. So,
This butter is gluten free. Like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
A, why should I care? B, why do you think that anybody should worry about that? And C, I have some questions.
Coeliac should worry about that. Is that pronounced right? Coeliac?
Celiac.
Celiac, that's it, celiac.
Celiac and celiac.
Yeah, they should worry about
But-
they should worry about it.
Exactly. Which celiac disease is extremely rare.
Yes. I know someone who's got it and he thought he had chronic fatigue syndrome for about half a decade.
I don't know if it's. I think I have a niece that has it.
SB,
But she's had a lot of problems.
have you got the stream up still, by the way?
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
just looking at that cotton mill. What's all this shit in it? Is it just flies? Also, this is the most
It has to
half-assed
be-
texturing job I
Have
have
you
ever
ever
seen.
Have you ever seen cotton, like raw cotton, have to be
Jay,
pulled apart? There's like these two brushes that you. Yeah.
I
There's
may have pushed the
seeds
wrong
and stuff
button.
in it.
and just shut it out there. No, it's just particularly like that was a texturing job that cost somebody about £5. It's nasty. It's alright, I'm going on the basis that the physics won't care. Right, I'm going to go like that, and then like this, and I think it will just slurp it up. Oh, I missed. Where's the camera?
Yep, you just have to touch that loading ramp vaguely close to it, and he'll just suck it up.
Sorry, my steering wheel's upside down.
Buttercup.
Suck it up, buttercup. Mm-hmm. That was 60s, I think.
Oh, is it a song? I thought it was a porn movie.
You should know, DJ. It's from your era.
What, the 60s?
I thought yours was more 50s.
My mum
Oh, yeah.
was from the 50s.
I thought you was older than that.
Thought I was older than the 50s.
No, I thought you was 50s baby.
What? No.
Oh,
The fuck?
I thought you was about 60.
I'm not, I'm, I'm not,
Dial it back with
That's
decades.
great.
I'm not
Okay,
even sure how to
decade
take
and a half.
this.
As the confused that it is.
And what made you think that?
Road score.
I mean, that means I would have been about fucking 50 when I joined the games industry. If I was a 50s baby, I'd be in my 70s.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
I'm not retired.
I thought you just did it for fun now. I didn't realise you was like
No.
not old.
No, I'm not old. Fuck off. You know, you ever watch me on webcam? I'm pretty sure I don't look 70.
The beard.
Yeah, it's a very manly beard. You understand, Jay, when you get to grow a beard when you're a little bit older.
Excuse me, have you seen my beard?
Yeah, I think you've showed me.
Yeah, you've seen my beard.
What's her name?
Nice.
Thank you.
I'll leave you to the rest of that. I'm gonna go clean up the spots that you missed.
Cool. I was gonna do it. But
Hey, there we go. Physics away.
you're gonna beat me to it.
So we're not going to get another bale because you two won't fill up.
Yes, you will. You'll get the bells.
What?
You'll get the bells.
Why
You're
would I
Yeah, you can unload unfinished bales just like what he did.
Yeah, you didn't get a full bell then.
You look like a full bale. Where am I taking this shit then, yo?
To the spinnery, which is across the railroad crossings. Yeah.
Is that the thing glowing green? It is.
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'm off to the spinnery then.
So that would have. You ain't full yet,
Yes, I am.
are you?
Capacity
Because it only
2.
carries 2 bales.
Oh, that's some bollocks.
Well, it's a baler. It carries 2 big bales.
Should have stuck them up on their end and carried 4 bells.
Well, it wouldn't fit. Too tall. Or squish the cotton down. That definitely wouldn't affect the selling price. It's not. Yeah, it's like a candy floss.
I do believe it's sold by weight, not volume.
Yeah, but I think there's also a minimum required quality. Not we've just smushed it all into the corner.
Nah, that'd be fine.
Oh, that's interesting. When you're on the map, the pedals zoom in and out.
Yeah. I couldn't work that out when I first done it. I thought there was a problem with my controller. I was trying to recalibrate shit.
I still prefer SnowRunner because I can smash lampposts out the way if they annoy me.
The sound of your air horn.
My air horn is pretty pathetic in this. Though, yeah, Max, I don't think you were there for the end of the last SnowRunner stream. Because we've got the new Zik. So we were doing tug of war between the Zik and other vehicles, and it won. It even beat the Kolob in a tug of war, and it was close. But
Blasphemy!
the thing is
Couldn't have that with
the
soap.
thing is a monster, but does have some drawbacks. But yeah, we did the Azov, the Caterpillar. Oh, what was the one Cy was driving initially? I can't remember.
I was
Six.
playing
Is it?
Snow earlier.
no,
It
six.
is now available in my shop. The
Okay.
Zix,
I-
both of them.
It's expensive, but it's a good try. But it's not perfect, so it can't do saddle high, so it can't carry special quest missions. But yeah, just crazy torque, big fuel capacity, reasonably efficient. Whereas the Kolob, and it's fast. The Kolob is slow as balls, but
Yeah.
is almost literally unstoppable. But I was honestly surprised as it was better. But of course, it's 2 seasons newer. Where should we build our spinnery? Oh, let's just build it 200 feet from the cotton fields. Brilliant idea, Bessie. Am I just going to dump my bales just in their courtyard and then drive off?
For the best.
I think you've actually got to put them in a specific place, haven't you?
Well,
In
if I,
box.
It's going to be an area that's like cordoned off
well,
or something.
shall I just drop my bales here? I mean, I can't.
No, it's just around to the left, I think, from where you are. That's like drop off point. Maybe not. I don't know.
I'll have a look around here.
No, that looks like the right place to just drop them.
So literally, I'm just going to drive.
Yeah, sorry, you're right. Yeah, yeah.
Great, thanks, Henry.
My bad.
Sorry, I've got my oh fuck. No, it's good. So I got my hazards on though, so it's all I can do whatever the hell I like.
Stream's slightly delayed from voice chat.
No, that's okay. So you went ultra for that, but it's okay. I'm just going to drop my load there. It's not prompting me or anything. Just going to shit
You
right
just
there.
drop it there.
Yeah,
Are we going to go and meet him and drop our stuff there, or what?
As well. And there's a dirt road over here that we can just take.
Yeah. I mean, we don't really want to see
that's
DK reverse.
so shit. Oh, that's even more shit. Wow. You guys can just drop it. You guys can just drop it straight there, though, can't you? You don't need to drop it to me. Just drop it in the
That's
offload
correct.
zone. I'll get out. I'll get out of the way. I want to see your partial bales.
I think they look like full bales. I can't remember.
Oh, we're going to have to go around.
Round, 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 round.
Round, round, get around.
I think there's a way to get. Oh, wait, no, there is. Okay. Yeah, no, we can. What the fuck am I doing?
You just look like a couple of Royal Mail
Going that
vans just off-roading towards me.
That's off road.
Must deliver post.
We should probably dump these at the same
Wait,
time,
what?
shouldn't we?
Well, that just disappears. Look, it only comes up part way and then he goes, yep, that's done. Oh. What the hell happened to Jay's physics? That all went a bit exciting. Cool. Is that done?
No
Alright,
idea.
then.
I'm not actually sure what the fuck happened there.
Yeah, as soon as it touched the ground, it counted as offloaded.
Old.
So
Yeah.
why am I attached to Esme?
Physics.
You backed up over me.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
I didn't touch nothing. I pushed the button.
Cool. Does someone want to hand that quest in there?
Go on then.
I mean, I can into the menu. Someone who's keyboard and mouse do it. Okay, I can tell that worked because I've been kicked out of my vehicle.
Yeah, Esme's up in the air. Like she's just floating 6 foot in the air.
Okay, so
That's what I do.
we are nearly at enough for one more tractor, and that means we won't have to spread ourselves quite so thin, achieving everything.
How many people are in game?
3, I think.
Really? I expected so many more.
So after the tractor, the next thing will be a power washer.
Yeah.
But 3 of us should be able to do this field fairly quickly. So
And
one,
you can't
Huh? I can't.
shift the shit out of the way and mow this grass.
Well, the grass isn't short. Now
What
I
the serious?
can remow it now. Just plot to.
You should be able to mow it now.
Yeah, I can. It's just all changed. It's all shallow now. Don't you can mow it with? Oh, you just want to pop the.
I'm trying to find the piping button, not the lower fucking doodah button.
Piping is like left trigger and something. That's drop load. I do that. You just throw the front of it off. You'd think the button would be hold, wouldn't you, rather than just press?
Yes.
Hey, that one.
It's not an ejector seat. You don't need it in a hurry. Why is this field not growing?
Because it hasn't been sown.
Oh, I thought you did that.
No, we thought you was going to do it while we'd done the contract.
Oh, okay. No.
I'll be right back.
Where is it? Oh, I think I just left it lying around over here.
I believe it's in the corner over there where it was used last.
But yeah, this is what I mean about 3 of us. So what we can do is, no, we need 4, I think. So you can harvest, suck up the straw, and seed all in one sort of fell swoop.
So is Max and that not online then? I thought Max was.
No, Max is in Transport Tycoon. He's practicing.
I don't have the farming sim game.
Really?
LTM1, LTM3. I do like this. I wish that this game had looked at SnowRunner and went, shit, we need to do better. And I think it's a bit disappointing when they haven't.
You are Dr. Realism, aren't you?
Yes.
Oh, has my horn. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like a horn. I'm probably not going to get to finish this field, but yeah, next time we should be able to get another tractor, and that means that won't be like queuing up for using it. Tomorrow is SnowRunner, so look forward to that. And then of course Sunday is the glorious Wreckfest as ever.
Video is about to be published.
Ooh, get to see the highlights of last week. Did you take? But you didn't record the intro then, so we need to do that again. Is that right?
I was sorry. I've lost all my timestamping. Damn.
Max, check your Steam.
I did get the intro and didn't use it.
Oh, you did record it. I thought you didn't.
I had one race that I forgot to record. So not much loss in footage.
Oh, so you're actually starting and stopping between each race rather than just doing one massive thing. I did not know. This game does score of a SnowRunner in at least one way. I can turn on my beacons and my hazards separately. That is that's important. I really wish SnowRunner would let you use indicators, because sometimes I want to indicate when I'm coming up to turning, so people follow me. I'm suddenly like, oh shit, he's turning. Same with Forza. Like when you don't follow me, you kind of want to give people a little bit of a clue as to what you're about to do.
Mm,
Any indicators this vehicle's got as well? Oh, I don't have headlights on. And it's got full beam, and it's also got like a rear light as well. As I said, Jack, I don't care how many views you get. I find the Reckless videos very entertaining, and I know part of it is because I was there, but having basically edited highlights of all the crashes is just awesome.
I missed Rickfest, didn't I, last week?
You did.
I'll have to make up for that this week.
I'm hoping to start, me personally, start Breakfast a bit early, as I'm very slowly clawing through the single player to unlock stuff. So I just unlocked the Harvester, but I don't think that means I can mod it, unfortunately. And I got the 3-wheeler too.
Yep, sadly, a lot of the special vehicles can't be modded.
But if I own it, that still doesn't mean I can force you into it. Like, I've still not worked out what the rules are on that.
Right.
Shalamar, yes, I'm just waiting for daytime to come around. Spinning my heart around the corners. Oh, shoot, I'm out of seeds. God damn it. Well, that's probably not a bad place to stop because it is midnight and I am thoroughly worn out, and tomorrow I have to do a whole bunch of repairing of my room for my cat literally destroying it. So your next goal next week is to get a second tractor, and then after that I guess it's a better combine harvester, which is still our limiting factor, and a pressure washer bay. So yeah, I will call it that. So yeah, next Friday we'll be doing Farming Fridays once more. Thank you everyone for watching, and I hope that my new office layout hasn't screwed anything up too badly. It seems to be working, thankfully. And we'll see you hopefully tomorrow for Snow Runner. Gonna launch them rockets. 99.